Dude, why am I so skinny? There we go. Okay. Hello, welcome. People of the future who are not yet here and people who are going to be here who are also not yet here. Oh, Freddie's here. Freddie's in the chat. What's up, Freddie? Freddie Spaghetti. I don't know if you guys know this about Freddie, but she actually likes to go by Freddie Spaghetti. Her name on YouTube is Eternal Darkness, which is hilarious because when I see that Eternal Darkness, I just like when I read that, I see Freddie. I'm drinking soup base. Chicken noodle soup. I don't know if you can hear my sinus congestion. Maybe you can hear it above my chickens in the background. They might feel a little nervous about this. I don't know. But anyway, I have a sinus infection from the pool because I was playing this game that I like to play. It's called Airball. It might be called something else elsewhere, but it's basically save the balloon, but with like a little beach ball, and you try to not let it hit the water, obviously, right? I slammed my face into the water, and the water went up my nose, and just the way that I reacted to it, I don't know. So the chlorine or something in my nose has bothered my face. I don't have a cold, even though it kind of sounds like it. So I'm drinking tea and this stuff for two different reasons. One, the heat is good for the, clearing out, I think. Maybe that's the theory anyway. But two, I'm on a 7-day fast, and I'm on day 3 right now. I'm kind of on day 4, honestly, because I did have a donut. I meant to do my fast. Hold on, how do I do this? I meant to do the fast on Tuesday, which I did do it on Tuesday evening from 6:30 until Tuesday at 6:30. So that would be 7 days. But I actually didn't eat dinner because I had to come home. So my Tuesday got screwed up. So what ended up actually happening is on Monday at 11 p.m. or so, I had a donut for breakfast. Or sorry, on Tuesday, I had a donut at 11. So I'm starting it at 11. But the meal before that, which that wouldn't be a meal, was Monday at 6:30 or 6, somewhere in there. I think 6 is when we ate dinner just here at home. Ashley made this tortellini stuff. Anyways, so how can anyone do the amount of hours from 6:30? Right now it is almost 2:30. Let's just say it's 2:30 just for argument's sake. From 6:30 Monday to 2:30 today, which is Thursday. Is today Thursday? I think today's Thursday. Whatever day it is today. Let me know how many hours that is. I did have one donut though. Anyways, I'm my fast is very loose. I'm drinking soup stock, chicken noodle soup stock, or broth, or whatever it is, because last time I did a fast, I could barely. No, I was fine. I was so uncomfortable. I didn't realize that lots of people who fast for more than 24 hours intake salt. I was drained last time, so I'm cheating a little bit, and I'm only doing this fast just because. So I can eat whatever I want. I'm just imposing it on myself just to see how well I can do. So that's what I'm drinking right now. It's good for my sinuses. I think for my sinus infection. I think the heat is. And also, I'm cheating on my fast. But I gotta plug you guys in. You're gonna die on me. I'm late on the on this video. Usually I do it on New Year's Day. But I was sick for a couple weeks there. where I just wasn't feeling good, and then time got away from me, and now here we are, a month and a half late or so, for our New Year's giveaway and recap of our goals and writing down our new goals. How is everybody doing after that 5-minute introduction of why I'm drinking soup base that you didn't even ask for? How's everyone doing? So not a political hunger strike. No, not quite. I wouldn't be getting any impactful word out because I'm still comfortable as heck. And I'm only doing it for 7 days. And maybe I'll not do it for 7 days. But now that I've told you it's going to be 7 days, maybe it's 7 days. Anyways, Glenn says fasting doesn't work for me. I bet this is going to be a joke. I haven't lost any weight yet, even though I'm fasting several times a day. I like that. Hello, Tammy. Freddie's superb. Good. I just do an 18-hour fast every day, and that's enough for me. Yeah, that's usually what I will do is about that, but not usually. I usually eat once a day, but I also snack if I feel like it. I don't get hungry that often, which is lucky for me for doing something like this, but yeah, I feel like I don't truly fast. I mean, I know it's like it's a popular thing to do right now. I never did it because I heard someone um talk about it necessarily. That's just my good or bad habit, however you look at it. 68 hours. So it's been 68 hours. The last time I did it was 72 hours and some amount of minutes. And that was meant to be a 7-day fast too, but there was some holiday and my mother-in-law specifically made me food that I would specifically like. And I was like, man, I'm going to seem like a real jerk if I say, nah, I don't want any. Because I often don't eat food that is prepared for a family gathering because I just simply don't like it. And I mean, oftentimes, at least with her, she will make something in the prep, whatever she's making. She'll make at least one part of that meal that she knows that I like for sure. And this time she made a lot of stuff specifically because I like it. And I can't remember what holiday it was. Maybe it was Thanksgiving. Which is, I mean, I probably seem like such a jerk when I never eat people's food, but it's just like, I simply don't eat things that I don't like anymore because it's not worth the calories. And not that I'm a big fat guy, but I've gained a lot of weight since my freaking illness almost 4 years ago now. And I don't know. It's just the way that I am. Before I wouldn't like stuff and I would just eat stuff anyway, but now I'm just like, nah, I'm not gonna eat it. But don't make me anything special. It's not your fault. I don't like your perfectly good food. You know what I mean? I'm sure some people will get annoyed at that or offended or whatever, but that's not how it's meant to be. Hello Jane, Tammy, Martha, Freddie, Renee, of course, Justine. Chickens don't want to hear about the chicken soup. Yeah, that's right. Glenn, Crafty, Wise. Look what I hung up. Actually, your name's not Wise. Isn't it like Weish? I can't remember how to say your name exactly. But she came all the way from the Netherlands and gave me these shoes in person. And I didn't even give her anything in return. And I was like, shit, I should have asked her if she wanted something. But I didn't. Or maybe she did, and I don't remember, but I don't think I did. And now I feel bummed about that. But thank you for those shoes. I need to put a little something on top. Maybe we'll do a little studio tour after we do the giveaway, maybe if people are up for it. What else is here? Tammy. SJ Devin. Suspensory. Hello, I haven't seen you in a minute. Okay, I think I'm all the way at the end. Let's scroll back down. Yeah, they're hanging. Yeah, I just put those up the other day. I was in here. I've been painting for my show. This is the one I'm working on right now. Does anyone recognize this? I mean, there's still a ways to go. But we're getting some progress. I was working on it today, but then I had to take a, pardon me, but I had to take I think I'm drinking too many liquids. Because last time I was, day 2, last time I was doing my fast, I was like, oh man, this sucks. And I was so hungry. But I think it's because I didn't take any sugar or any salt. And like I took nothing except for water. And then I decided, I was like, man, I'm getting too fatigued. I'm gonna drink a juice. I can't remember what juice it was. I think orange juice or something. Um, but then I heard someone else, who was it? I can't remember, said that they take salt, like salt, and just sprinkle it in their mouth. And I was like, I'm not gonna do that, but I'll do soup base. So that's why I'm doing that this time. Why am I telling you this? I forget. Tour the new place we will likely be moving to, and there's a perfect spot to display some sardines. Sick! Where do I have the? Oh, they're out there. I also have your painting out there, Renee. And your starfish is actually inside. If you're part of my Patreon, we have a thing called the Build of the Month. And most months we do a Build of the Month. If not, we just give away a print, a fingerprint, the $150 paper prints. Renee won the sardines sculpture you may have seen, and also a starfish sculpture you may have seen on my Ushita Instagram. And then for moderator gift, I painted her Grateful Dead painting. And yeah. 65 1LJZ64 says I'm in the Netherlands living. Nice. You're living in the Netherlands. Great. Justin Rhodes did a 30-day fast. Personally, I thought he looked worse at the end of it. I don't know who Justin Rhodes is, but 30 days is a long time to do a fast. I'm definitely not going to do that. I'm only doing 7 days just to see if I can do it. It's whatever. I'm not like, yeah, I'd like to lose, 10, 15 pounds, but I don't care if I don't in 7 days. That would be insane. Is Ashley cooking with a lot of mushrooms and zucchini since you're not eating? No, but she did make something. She made salmon burgers, which gross. I did it for a week, lost weight, and probably also my cancer. Wow, that's insane. Really? I lost over 4 stone with my 18-hour fast. Over time, I think. I don't know how much 4 stone is in pounds or kilograms, but I'm imagining that's over time. Which, yeah, that's a lot of intermittent fasting. Helps in that sort of way. That's only water weight and would go right back on after you eat normally. Yeah, totally could be. Yeah, because what's that called? Your lipids or something? I can't remember. Your ketones get out of whack for a while there. So yeah, I'm just doing it just because I'm doing it. Groovy, baby. Yeah, that's who it is. It's the old mojo, baby. Gold salt, rose salt each day. Okay, I don't know what those are. I think I know what rose salt is, but I don't know what gold salt is. Sugar will break your fast. No point in fasting if you're drinking sugar. Well, I'm still not intaking any calories. I guess there's calories in sugar. I'm not taking in any solids. Tracy D in the house. How's it going? I'm fasting food. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Fasting puts your body into ketosis, which means it's using your fat stores for energy. As soon as you eat anything to trigger an insulin response, you leave ketosis. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. I'm not doing a hard fast. I'm doing a, I don't even know what you'd call it. 4 stone equals 56 pounds. Ah, okay. Dang, that's crazy. Took you over a year. Okay, just over a year to do that. That's pretty good. Like you didn't introduce like exercise or anything. You just diet. See, lots of diets. Now, this is just me speaking from not from experience, but from Well, I guess a little bit from experience because I stopped eating so many freaking donuts because I was pre-diabetic for a little bit there, which I found out because of all the blood tests that I took from when I was trying to figure out my brain thing. I took probably, I don't want to exaggerate, but I probably took like 20 blood tests probably over the first few years there, 2 years more so I did. And anyways, I did probably, I don't know, somewhere in year two, I did they did for my I don't know, whatever you call it, blood sugar levels, I don't know, diabeticness. And I was pre-diabetic and I was like, oh wow, I definitely don't want to stop eating sugar for the rest of my life. So let me just eat less now so that that doesn't become hopefully a big problem. Now obviously it's complex. But anyways, I was just advised to cut back on my sugar intake. And so during that time, like I was also really bloated and stuff because of the drugs that I was taking from my just the pills, right? To try to help my brain. And that was like I just got a phone call, but I can ignore that for now. That was like let's see here. I'm trying to think. I can't remember when I started taking the drugs. Anyway, regardless, I took those pills and I ballooned up. In fact, even some of you guys were like, "Wow, Josh, you're looking really fat." I was like, "Wow, rude." But no, I definitely did. I looked so sloppy, and I was like, "Hmm." Anyway, during that time, I stopped eating so many donuts, uh, and so many other like so much soda and stuff. And at different times, I've drinking more and less and whatever. Anyway, I lost some amount of pounds, and then because I was 190 for a bit, which is crazy for me, and now I'm 175. And what I used to be before I got sick was 150, 155, somewhere in there. I would fluctuate. And anyways, I switched up my diet a little bit, and not a lot. I just wouldn't eat as many donuts because I freaking love donuts, especially from Krispy Kreme. I would eat like a dozen a week, sometimes less than that. Sometimes like a dozen in like 5 days, and sometimes I'd eat like a dozen in like 2 days, just because they were so good and I couldn't stop eating them. I was like, golly. Anyways, I stopped eating so many of them, and now I'm not pre-diabetic anymore, which is good. Although I haven't done a blood test in a while, and I have been eating a lot more donuts again. Probably not good. Although I've refrained from going to Krispy Kreme as often because it's also expensive. So yeah. Anyway, uh, plus you stopped doing all those push-ups. All right, that was just for a year. All right, that'll bring us into our. Thank you for the segue. Um, who said that? Renee. That was one of our goals. So I'm gonna go back to when we started doing these goals, these accountability goals or whatever. It's kind of like a New Year's resolution, but like without the pressure. These are just pressures I put on my own self. So back in 2020, these were the goals I had. We're gonna move on here. The statement of the day. I can't remember when I started taking those. Yeah, those were like prescribed drugs. Just so you know. Sounds like prednisone. It wasn't prednisone. It was the only drug that I still take is indomethacin, and that's the only one I can remember. But I can't remember what the other ones were. I took was two or three other ones, and they didn't work. One of them was like $75 or $50. Can't remember a pill. And here where we live, a lot of that stuff is covered. So when you suddenly have to pay $50 per pill or whatever it was, I was like, shit, because we already spent probably by now several tens of thousands of dollars on my brain thing, and we have social health care. So I was not looking forward to that. Luckily, but also unluckily, it didn't do anything for me, which is a blessing and a curse, because like obviously I'd like my headache to go away, but also $50 a pill. I was like, oh, I mean, I could get insurance. Of course, they would deny my insurance because I already have the condition, so they'd be like, nah, depending on the company or whatever. But yeah, no, I was not looking forward to paying that much for pills. Yeah, I have 3 type 1 diabetic siblings, so I'm hyper aware of diabetes. Yeah, you don't want that if you can help it. Oh, I did exercise too, but it was more physio exercise, Pilates type stuff. Oh, okay. Okay. Reducing calorie intake, basically. Yeah, by a lot, I would say. My sugar intake so far. Okay, how about now? Are we good now? Jacqueline's buffering and Crafty Loops was buffering, but hopefully now we're not. That's why we need the hip surgery done, and Foster's coming in, and they said he still needs it because Foster doesn't mean he will die, but it doesn't look good. He could live for a long time. I hope he lives for a long time and hopefully comfortably. Wow, that sucks. Okay, hopefully we're done buffering. I just took it off my Wi-Fi. Did I got paint in my scraggly beard? Oh, someone texted me, Richard, or messaged me on Facebook probably. If you need to drive to coffee, Dunkin' has food in addition to donuts, so you can get a sandwich or biscuit instead of donut with your coffee. Well, sorry, I'm not understanding. If you need a drive to coffee, Dunkin' has food. If you need to drive to coffee, like to get coffee, I don't drink coffee myself, and I think Dunkin' Donuts is one of the worst donut houses to ever exist. So I would never get their donuts. I would say they're probably the worst donuts I've ever had out of a donut house. I think we bought a dozen. We only ate 2. I part of one and Ashley ate part of another one. Now that could just be that we just got a bad batch. So I would be willing to try them again. But holy cow, I was so disappointed. We don't have Dunkin' Donuts here anyway in Canada, or at least where I live in Alberta. We have Krispy Kreme though now, and I freaking love Krispy Kreme. And when people say they don't like Krispy Kreme, I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with you, but that's crazy. But people think I'm crazy for not liking Dunkin'. They're just not good. It's like Tim Hortons also used to be so. What would you say? I looked forward to going to Tim Hortons, even though I don't drink coffee. But ever since they were bought out by that other company, it's just gone downhill. Those donuts are hard to eat too. They're better than Dunkin', but like I rarely get them. Okay, so speaking of 100 push-ups, and I stopped doing those. That was in 2020. I did 100 push-ups a day for a year and a bit. I kept going, but then one day I forgot to do them, and I was like, meh, and then I didn't care anymore. Doing 100 push-ups a day gets very easy after about, I would say, maybe after a couple weeks. I can't remember. But when I was much younger, I would do 100 push-ups a day. Maybe I wouldn't do 100. I can't remember how many I would do, honestly. And I would do several hundred sit-ups, and then chin-ups and pull-ups. And that's when I was still in like junior high and stuff. I used to try to do that because I wanted to be more ripped than this other guy who was my main, what would you call it, competition in gym class. He was just so good, naturally good at different sports, and like I don't know if I was naturally good at it, but I like to think that I was pretty good at sports, at least at that level. And it just bothered me that I was not better than him, and perhaps I was not as good as him either. Anyways, I wanted to be as ripped as him, and he was ripped, so I would just do tons of sit-ups, tons of push-ups, and then I was decently ripped, and then I felt better about that, and then I just had to get better at him at different sports, and anyway. So that was one goal. I did it. Get bitchin' truck was goal number 2, and I still regret not crossing this off in the video where I brought it home. I freaking wish I did that. Build the greenhouse, which I put a star because we didn't quite build the greenhouse, but we did the greenhouse porch, we call it. It's like a little potting shed. You might have seen it in my vlog. Finish shop, which we did. This building here, we finished it, but we would like to add more to it at some point. And then one more gallery, which we did, which I imagine that was Sterling Gallery or something. I don't know. I imagine. Back then, that was 2020. That was like the start of COVID, right? So that's when a lot of galleries closed. So I'm only in one gallery now. So if you have a gallery and you would like to carry my work, like this painting here, please let me know. If you could email me, orderfromjosh@gmail.com. LOL, rip. Meanwhile, it was probably grade 8. Dude, I was jacked. And it was grade 8 and grade 9 and grade 10 and grade 11 and grade 12. And then, you know, eventually you just stop caring so much about your vanity when you get into other things. And I kind of wish that I never stopped, but I did. Okay, 2021, my goals were do the greenhouse, like build the rest of it. I couldn't cross that off. Another gallery, cross that off. So that must have been, so I don't remember what this gallery was in 2020, but I imagine this one was, I don't know. Open a gallery. I didn't do that at then. Make a coffee table book. Still working on that so slowly. I put that on the back burner. Mad back burner. Okay, open a gallery. I am going to cross that off because I've done, or actually, you know what? I'll star it. I've done. It's not a permanent gallery, but I've done my stores. Okay, make a coffee table book. Yeah, I can't even start that. Even though I'm working on it, it doesn't count. Build a deck. We have not built the deck. Remember when we did the Hanks planks and stuff? So we still haven't done that. However, if you're on my Patreon, you saw some of our plans for the future, which are freaking sick. I'm so excited about those. If you saw those renders, if you're on my Patreon, just go. It's like a couple posts back down in the Patreon feed, and you'll see the renders of what we're hoping to get done. Just keep in mind, everything on Patreon is secret. So if you're on my Patreon, you already know that. If you're going to join my Patreon, please, everything that you see over there is for Patreon. I don't put anything on there that I would put here. So that's all extra stuff. So don't think that I'm not doing content here because I'm doing it over there. I'm not. In fact, it's probably not worth your time to be on my Patreon. I'm pretty open about that. I really appreciate everyone who goes over there, but I suck at it. Okay, I suck at it, and that's just the honest truth. But I do appreciate everyone who decides to support over there, because it's a huge help for me in this weird time in my life, which obviously is mostly my brain shit. Something I can't help, and so the kindness of you guys, like, it's like every once in a while I'll be like, Ashley, I'm like, can you believe that these people, like, I don't know how many people are over there. 200 I usually say, but I've lost some and gained some and lost some, so I don't know how many there is exactly, but about 200, maybe 175, maybe 220, I don't know how many. But like that amount, like, it helps a lot. Where just a month before I got sick, I was like, all right, Patreon, sorry guys, I'm no longer, like, I wrote out a thing, or maybe I did it on video, I can't remember, saying I'm not doing Patreon anymore because I don't have time for it. I can't do it. It's nice to have the extra couple grand, but, or at the time I think it was a couple grand, now it's less, but I was like, I can't do it because I'm not able to offer you the things that, like, other people do and whatever. And then my brain blew up, and then I was like, psych, I'm here again. And I hate that I've done that I've had to do that, but I appreciate that people don't seem to care at all. You know what I mean? Justine says, I enjoy being on Patreon. Well, thank you. She said it twice. That's how much she enjoys it. And Glow says, after church is worth it. That's our Sunday hangout session, which I call it that because it's at 3 p.m. my time, which I don't think church goes to that late, so that's why I called it that. It's on Sundays. It's true, total bore fest. There we go. Oh, lots of people seem to enjoy it. That's good. What is the cooing? Oh, that's, yeah, I got chickens here. We'll do a studio tour here after. Okay. 2022, the goals were to do the floor. I've started that because if you're on my Patreon, you've seen the progress on that. If you're waiting for that video to come out, I've had a lot of, although not so much anymore, a lot of angry emails or like judgmental emails with people saying that they somehow contributed to it and they feeling robbed. A lot of those people also unsubscribe because they've been waiting so long for these house renovation videos. Well, I'll tell you this. I have about 5 house renovation videos coming out after the trailer videos, which are next. Lots of people are also bummed about that. Someone sent me $1,000. Very generous of you. I didn't accept it. But they were very looking forward to us getting that trailer up on the road and like usable. And it is usable now, but that's not how I work. I'm who I am. I work on this and then I work on that and I do this and I do that. And then with that thing that that cost, it didn't cost that much money, but it cost a decent amount to get it where it's at, and then it's going to cost a lot more to do the paint job and all that stuff. And I will go into that again when we continue that series. The next vlog will be that trailer. Now I'll probably have a couple painting videos and stuff coming up, build videos coming out before that. I don't know. If you're on my Patreon, you will have early, probably, I don't want to promise anything, but you'll probably have early videos of the different renovations and stuff too. I don't know. It depends on if I have time to work on them. Make 1,000 cutting boards. Well, I didn't do that, but by now I probably have. Maybe not. Finish upstairs. Honestly, I'm going to put a star on that. Nah. Well, next year we'll be able to put a star or a check mark on that. We'll skip it for now. Get a side-by-side. I've decided I no longer need a side-by-side, but I might get a golf cart, so I'm going to keep that there anyway. These are my 2022 goals. The 5th one, vacation to the island. We didn't get to go to the island. This was, so when did I get blasted? 2022, right? May 1st curse. So yeah, I haven't been able to do crap since then. Okay, so then 2023, I wanted to have one of my employees work full time. Well, that didn't work out because things shifted the way that I was doing things. And his girlfriend also made him quit, even though she's the one who insisted that he work here. I don't know why. She didn't think that he made enough money at 38 something an hour. And I was like, all right. So she made him get a job where he made about $22 an hour. So I was like, all right, good for you. Pop-up gallery. Shing! We did that. Finish the full house. I really thought if I would have done different things differently that would have worked, but we didn't get that done. Dust collection. I started it, but now I've checkmarked it, and now I even have even more dust collection, so I could even put another check mark. Fix brain. Star, because I'm able to function normally. We still don't have that solved. Although I look forward to it every single day. Today is a good day, luckily, but I would like it if every day was better than this. Okay, so that was 2023. 2024 goals, the 5 goals that I wrote down was have a big art show, which that was awesome. That was in April 2024. I loved it. I did several paintings for it, including this one right here, which is a new series of paintings, which I don't have them here, but if you're on my Instagram, you will have, or actually here, you would have seen them on my feed here, probably rather than Instagram. You saw my new painting of that to add to that series, which I'm stoked about. I'm going to have another bigger art show this year. It's not going to be as big as the 2024 one necessarily, but it's going to be awesome. It's going to be better than the 2025 one. So if you're local or want to travel, 2026 April, hopefully on my birthday, which is the 25th, it's a Saturday, we will be having an art show at West Hampton Mall Gallery, at the Sterling Gallery in West Hampton Mall. There's still some details to suss before I know exactly if I can do it on that day, but since that's my birthday, that's the day I would like to do it. Please come out. There's no obligation to buy anything, but there is going to be art at basically every price point. I believe the lowest priced art is going to be around $150, and that is for the open edition prints that will be framed. Okay, and then there will be special pricing on basically all of the paintings, all the originals, most of the originals, I should say, and all of the canvas and all the limited edition prints, basically, for that day only, though. Okay. I don't know who Hish is, but follow anyway. Who's Hish? Is that Mike Myers? Yeah, Austin Powers, baby. Follow Hish on Instagram. Oh, I see. Follow Josh on Instagram is what you meant to say. Are we going to see an underground tunnel by 2027? Maybe at least some engineer drawings. If you're on my Patreon, you'll see not engineer drawings, but what do you call them? Architect renderings of not the tunnel, because the tunnel is it's a side quest. You know, if you look over there and like don't let me persuade you with like this cryptic, oh, you should see what I'm doing. It's not going to hurt my feelings if you don't go over there. And if you go over there, I don't want you to be disappointed and be like, what, this is what you tried to convince me to. No, don't do that. At the very least, you'll get your name on the door. But if you are part of that, you'll see it. The renderings I've posted, some kind of before and after ideas. And then when it actually starts happening, I will vlog about it. So you're not missing anything by not seeing it. It's just delayed. Yeah, if you look at it, you'll see that it will be quite expensive. I definitely cannot afford it cash-wise. I'll have to take out a loan. Did you hear Disney is making Austin Powers into a Jedi? It's called Oh Behave. Oh, dude, that is a great joke. Please tell me you made that up. Did you make that up, Glenn? Oh, that's funny. That's one that you have to read. That's clever. Okay. I also wanted to do a small art show in 2024, which I had planned to do in October, and unfortunately, they were not able to accommodate me at the gallery because they had to move. Finished trailer, which we didn't do. Visit Gramps, but also finished trailer. I thought I was going to put out more vlogs which would catch us up to the number that I want to release the next trailer vlog on, and I didn't get there. But we are going to get there. Visit Gramps. I did not go visit him, but he did come here. Well, he came here last year and that year, so could I put a star? Let's put a star. I haven't actually gone there, but we'll put a star. Finish closet. Ooh, finished closet. I think that's my bedroom closet. We did do that finally in 2025. So we got to cross some stuff off. That's great. Now 2025, these are the goals over the past year. Number one goal, remember I said I wanted to make $1 million, and I did try, but I tried very passively. I kept track of every dollar that I made. Through art sales, through truck part sales, through different things. Like I often go to the dump, as you guys know, and I pick things out of the take it or leave it. Sometimes I use it for my art supplies. Sometimes I use it as flipping. I'll flip whatever. I'll clean it and flip it. So that stuff, bottle money, you know, getting my recycled containers to the bottle depot. I can't remember what the other things are, but just the different ways. And I didn't write down how much I made, but I only made about 140, which is great for me, but not nearly what I was hoping to do, obviously at 1 million. And part of that is because making $1 million is hard as an artist when you're unknown. But also, I didn't make a lot of sales because I stopped selling to the US at the moment because it's just a pain in the butt because of the tariff things, and you have to download this app and stuff. So If you're wondering why I haven't been putting up my sales and stuff here, my, what do you call them? Tripoli sales? Every 3 times a year I do a sale, right? My birthday, Ashley's birthday, and Christmas. I didn't do one for Christmas, or did I? Maybe I did. Maybe I did a small one. I didn't do one for. Did I do one for my birthday even? I don't even know if I did any. Anyways, I didn't do the sales like I normally do, which I usually make a decent chunk on those. I didn't do that because it's just most of you guys who are fans of me here are from the US, and I just, to do all that extra paperwork at the time, especially at the beginning, I was like, it's not worth for $20. So I'm just not going to do it. Because it's not like I could have done like 100 of them under one bit of paperwork. I would have had to do 100 paperworks, and I just didn't want to do that. So we've actually come up with a way that we are going to be able to sell to you guys if you are interested in that, where it's going to be 100% American, printed and shipped and all that stuff, only for American audience and customers, whatever you want to say. And then everywhere else in the world, I will still ship those out. So it's going. I'll announce that as soon as I can, and it'll be through my website, which is great because how long have I been wanting to do that website? Well, I just sold one through my website yesterday, or 2 days ago, 3 days ago. So I think there's some bugs to it. Like, I haven't really announced my website so much. I just said that there exists a website. But we have, I think maybe a bug or two, or maybe it was customer error. I don't know. I'm assuming it was a she. Their name was Jackie, I think. Was it Jackie? Anyways, Jackie, if you're here, you said Edmonton instead of Calgary, but we figured it out. Got your print sent out to Calgary. Thank you for going through the website. I don't know if you are from here or from somewhere else, but thank you. So that was goal number 1. We did not do it. Make my parts collection better. We did do that because we moved it to my brother's house. So I'm going to say that's a win. Check. We didn't get the warehouse that we wanted to get. The one that we wanted, they decided not to sell. I don't know how we would have done it anyways, but anyways. The rooster is screaming to get to KFC. He wants to see a chicken strip. Wait, but did you? You could have made $1 million if 1, it was in Canadian. 2, it was by starting with 2 million in Bitcoin. That's funny. Where I want to see. Did you make up that other joke? I didn't say. Dang, he didn't say. Okay, build the library. So I can't even put a star here, but I almost want to put a star because we've started the process. Again, I've told you, you can see those renders on my Patreon. It's just the outside renders. I didn't post the inside and stuff. So yeah, build a website. I'm going to put a star here. Thank you in huge part to Patty G, who is a viewer, and to Martha, who is also a viewer, and to Siobhan, who I don't think is a viewer. I haven't done shit on there. I've done some stuff, but I haven't done anything on the physical side. I haven't even hardly done any of the things that they asked me to do to make their jobs easier. I'm not even paying them to do this stuff. They just volunteered it. And so I feel really crappy for like not even helping them with it, but they're so gracious and want to see me succeed for some reason that they're like, let's soldier on. So thank you very much for all that hard work there, because I know it's hard work, because that's why I don't have a website. I mean, I technically have one now, but I haven't announced it. Hey, use this, and that's the only way. For now, just you keep using my email, orderfromjosh@gmail.com. If you're Canadian, if you're American and you're going to spend $500 or more, then I will also ship to the US. Okay, and then number 5 was get a new SUV, and I almost got one. I almost got one. Oh, it was so frustrating. I went and looked at it and everything, but I didn't get one. It was different than because I was gonna get Ashley a new SUV, but then she doesn't. She keeps saying that she doesn't want one, but I feel like she needs one. So then I was gonna get one so I could do snow removal, like how you guys might see Parkland Films. Ryan over at Parkland Films, he did a video where he did the driveway at his old property, and he uses a Ford Explorer. Now I want a first generation Ford Explorer. He has a second generation because I just think they look cool. And then I want to put the Ranger, the early Ranger front end. Because the Ranger, the first generation Ranger came with a facelift. So I had the, I don't know, it was like 82, I think was the last, I don't know. 84 was the last year, 86 maybe. I can't remember. It was the last year of the square glass headlights. I want to put that front end on my Explorer because I just think it's a more handsome front end. Because they share an aesthetic in the facelift. Anyways, that's not important. I found several, and the one that I was able to go look at was not worth buying. And I wanted to use that as my snow removal machine. This year we've got tons of snow, although it hasn't snowed in quite a while, and it's also been quite warm. So, you got the best viewers, Josh. They know they'll get front seats at the Just Joshing with Dakota sing along. Likely their regret when Jack starts along. Yeah. Richie learned to crow and hasn't stopped since. A bit cocky, if you ask me. He's outside. He crows so early in the morning. He crows at like 5. It's winter, so it's dark. It's as dark as night. It's not morning dark. It's dark as night. And he's crowing. It's like, what are you doing? Glenn, he didn't see your answer to the Star Wars joke. Well, you could have told me the answer. But who you're hearing is Millie. Okay, now that we've done that. Hold on a second. Ronnie, how you doing, Ronnie? Late as usual. Now that we've done that, these are the names from the day that we did the 12 Days of Christmas in here. These are all the names when we did it from the store. So I'm going to empty these names into the prize pig. And we are going to attempt to give away something, but I don't know what to give away. So it's probably just going to be a fingerprint, okay? If you would like to remind me how we did this last year, please do. Did you have to be here in the comment section, or did it matter? Because, like, how are you going to know otherwise? I think you have to be here commenting. That is one stuffed pig. Oh, it's filled. It is filled. I'm not even in there. You probably are in here because this is from 12 Days of Christmas. Did you play 12 Days of Christmas on any of the days? Then you're almost certainly in here. I mean, maybe not if I didn't put your name, but you had to be here, I think. Yes, you have to be here. Okay, you have to be here. Okay, thank you. So, if you're not here, you got 2 minutes to reply if I pull your name. If you do not reply, you do not get, we redraw. Okay, now I know some people are buffering, so we will have a little bit of grace if you answer late. Yeah, I know some people are very bummed when they don't win, but I will tell you the same thing I tell you every time. I don't care who wins. I'm not playing favorites. There's 1,000 names in here. I don't know how many names are in here. I can't see the names when I pull them out. It is random. Okay? I promise you it is random. If the same person keeps winning time after time, I still wouldn't care because it's random and that's just a game of chance. Okay? Now, many people have won more than once. Even in the same game in the same year. And that's fine. That's fine with me anyway. Don't feel like I'm trying to, whatever. Okay? The spirit of the game is thank you. That's it. I pulled over for this. Or wait, I pulled over for this, LOL. Oh, Sarah L, if you win, you'll be happy that you pulled over. Okay. So we're probably going to give away, you know what we could do? Okay. I'm working on several new paintings. What I might do is, it doesn't have to be this one, but if you follow my Instagram, let me see. I don't have them all here because some of them are getting scanned. Okay, here's a good one. This one's pretty sick. This painting, okay, this Archie painting, I don't think I'm actually going to do prints of this. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. All of these ones, I have 3 of these, one from each Back to the Future films. Let me see if I can find the other ones. Here they are. This is from number 2. The one you first saw was from number 3. Okay. And then this is my favorite from number 1. These ones will have prints, but what else do I have? Okay, this one will probably have prints, but I think only open edition prints. This one will have only open edition prints. Okay. This is the pizza delivery truck from Toy Story. Oh, here's another painting. This one will probably only have open edition prints too, but I'm not sure. I'm not certain about these ones. Okay. DeLorean time machine. Okay. I think that's all I have right now. I think the rest are at the scanners. Okay. What I'll do is I will make a nice pre-production print of one of the new paintings if you like them, and that will be the giveaway for today. So there'll only be one. It'll be a special size that only you will get, and it will be on canvas, okay? Sent anywhere in the world. You'll have to get it stretched and framed yourself, but I'll send it to you rolled, numbered, and signed as a pre-production print, a 1 of 1, whichever painting that you like, I guess. Or it can be any of the ones that are new that you've seen. And you don't have to pick today, but just you'll have to email me right away. If you have a choice, then yes, it can be this one. It can be this one. This one's obviously not done. It can be, I'm going to make about 12 more paintings for my upcoming show. It can be any of those. Yeah. Or if you just want a fingerprint, then it can just be a fingerprint. Okay. I just want it to be kind of special. So that's why I'm saying I can do a pre-production print, which will be a special size and all that. Okay. Which will be pretty sick. Yeah. Our Josh has been a busy bee. I've been painting lots. I can't remember what I dropped off at the scanners. I guess my DeLorean piece, not that one. That one was last week. DeLorean piece. My Catwoman and Penguin piece. That's a good one. That might be all that I left there because I realized I did also mean to bring the Archie there and the Pizza Planet truck, but the Pizza Planet truck, I forgot to write delivery shuttle on the door piece, and I didn't have a white marker to do it with. And then the Archie one, I was like, why did I even bring this? So I brought it back home. Anyway, okay, are we ready? Oh, and the Stevie Nicks. Yeah, that's another one. Stevie Nicks. Thank you. That Catwoman Penguin one is a good piece. Oh, thank you. What a Thursday, LOL. Is it? Oh, Mike and Ike. He won one of the 12 Days of Christmas. By the way, I've only sent out a couple of those so far. I will send out the rest. You just have to be extremely patient with me. Okay? Okay. I got my eyes closed. Hopefully you can see that. I do not care who wins. Let me reiterate. Whoever wins, wins. Because that's the random name that I pulled out, okay? So here we go. Oh, that just fell out. Can you see that? Okay, if you're here, you must say so, and you got 2 minutes. What time is it? It's 3:06. Crafty Loops. You're probably seeing this back. There we go. You're probably seeing this backwards. Crafty Loops. Are you here? Oh, you are here. I can see you, but you still have to acknowledge. I can see you there though. There you go. Crafty Loops. So hopefully my suggestions of what you can pick make sense to you. Please email me, orderfromjosh@gmail.com. Say you won the 2026 New Year's prize or something like that. If no one gets back to you, do not worry. It's just because we're just busy. That's it. Don't worry. We will get you something. If you have something in mind, a print that you would like, a pre-production print or a fingerprint, because if it's a piece that's old or whatever, then it obviously doesn't apply. It only applies to the ones that I haven't had any prints made yet. Please just say, okay, I want the freaking Axl Rose and slash piece, either as a fingerprint or a pre-production print. A fingerprint is valued at $150. The pre-production print will be valued at about probably like $800 or something like that. Okay, Canadian dollars. Okay, so please, at your leisure, but don't take too long because I will need that, and perhaps I will be able to get it to you right away. It just depends on how things work out. Okay. Thank you for playing, and thank you everyone for playing our games of 12 Days of Christmas, and of course today's game. Yeah, thank you. I wish I could give everyone something, but obviously I cannot do that because, well, I'm already an artist, and artists don't make that much money. So, anyone else interested in fingerprints, open edition prints, canvas prints, or whatever? If you're not in the US, I can ship worldwide. Orderfromjosh@gmail.com. If you're American, we will be able to do open edition prints very soon. In fact, actually, I even just talked to them today, earlier, before I had to go take a dump from drinking too much water. Sorry, that's too much information. I was just on the phone with them, and they told me that they found a paper that's actually better quality paper than what I currently give. And I was like, all right, that's kind of cool. So maybe that's what we'll do. What we'll use, just got to see what it will look like, or maybe it won't be. So it depends on how that works out. If it works out, then we'll be able to do that probably within the next, well, I got to set up so that it works on the website and put the new information on the website and stuff. But I'm going to say probably within the week or so, that'll be good. Now, if that doesn't work out, then it won't work. But I will do a video where I say, hey, I'll do a live video where I say, hey, if you were trying to get something off the website, everyone can use the website at that point, not just Americans. It'll just be anyone in the whole world. And I will continue to ship worldwide. However, just to reiterate, for my American audience, it will only be orders of $500 or more, or only open edition prints, which are $20 Canadian. I don't know what that is in American, probably like $16 or something. So all of those ones, all the $20 orders, yes, regardless of what it is. If I sell it as that print, then you will get it shipped from the US. I won't be able to sign it because I won't be there to print it, but you will get the piece, and it will be an authentic Joshua Alexander approved print. It's not like a bootlegged version or whatever, which is hilarious that happens sometimes. Also not good. So that'll be the options for the American audience until obviously the Tariff War is over, which sometimes they say, oh, it's gonna be gone, and other times it's like, oh, it's gonna be worse, and so I don't know. Uh, just depends on our two governments working together again, like they did in the past, which obviously I can't control. I mean, I've talked to Donald Trump and I've talked to Mark Carney. I sat him down, actually in the studio here. Donnie was here on the blue couch, Carney was here on the white couch, and I was behind the desk. Don wanted to be behind the desk, but I said, "Hey, it's my desk," and I said, "Guys, we're the closest allies that allyship has ever seen. Can we not get along?" And they both said, well, I won't tell you what they said because it was a closed door meeting. But I tried my best, and it didn't work. It didn't work. But hopefully they'll figure things out on their own. I'm certain the advisors who work for both leaders are like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing? Josh isn't able to sell things to the Americans. You know how much that's hurting his economy." No, they obviously don't care about me. The government doesn't care about anyone, obviously, except for their own whatever. I don't know. I'm not. Who knows? All I know is right now it's not very. It doesn't work for me. Which, who cares about me, right? So, anyways, obviously I'm joking about having a meeting with them, and I hope all of you know that. But um, I'm trying to do a workaround, and probably even after the Terra 4, I will probably still use that method to ship to the US because hopefully, I don't know for sure, but I think the shipping will be cheaper. So we got to find the best shipping company. Um, and I can't remember which is the one that I was going to use. I can't remember what it was. But anyways, I'm hoping that we can have it work out so it'll be like nice and fluid because if I'm honest, I don't like doing the shipping. Remember when I did the washing dishes videos and then we got a dishwasher so I washed the dishes a lot less. So we stopped doing those hangouts and then I was like, "Oh, I could do the pack up my sculptures and prints and stuff and then ship those out on live video or pack them up on live video and answer questions that way." Yeah, I hate I hate doing that. Like I don't mind because I appreciate the support, but I hate the chore of it. I'm just like, I just want to paint. I just want to build a sculpture. I just want to, I just want to do the part that I'm passionate about. I'm not passionate about putting things in cardboard tubes, but you got to do it because obviously people are not going to get their stuff if you don't send it out. And people are going to be like, yeah, I'm going to need a refund. uh, Ask Alex about shipping a Rolex. Oh, with UPS and they stole it? Yeah, he told me about that. And then he did a live video. Yeah, he's like, guess what happened to me? And I guessed something so stupid and silly. I can't remember what I said. Oh, I can't remember. But anyway, yeah. Yeah, he did tell me about that, and that is a bummer. I'm not ever using UPS for sure now. I mean, if it's the absolute only option, then of course I'll have to. But as long as my hands aren't tied to it, I'm not going to. I already wasn't using them because they're quite expensive compared to other places. But yeah, some of our customers for our truck parts, they will ask to use UPS for some reason when we ship. And I'm like, why? Why would you want to do that? It's going to be so expensive. But whatever. If the customer has an account with them or whatever, then that's who we use. Yeah. The packing lives were so fun. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad. You know what will be more fun? My art show, which I know that you're coming to, Martha, or at least that's what you planned on coming. So if you guys want to hang out with Martha at my art show, it'll be April. Hopefully it'll be April 25th, but I don't know for sure. In Edmonton here, Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, at West Edmonton Mall at the Sterling Gallery. It'll be I'm going to assume from like 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., but it can go longer if it's busy like it did in 2024. I think it went all the way till 11 p.m. even though the mall was over there closes at 7, I think it did. But that was awesome, and so thank you guys for coming to that. We're gonna do the same thing as last year. It's got a theme. Obviously, the theme, if you've been watching my shorts, is back to the good old days. I consider the good old days the 80s and 90s because that's where I grew up. Well, actually, I didn't grow up in the 80s because I wasn't alive, and I only grew up for some of the 90s because I was only alive for some of the 90s. But my influence in pop culture and basically what I'm nostalgic about comes from the 80s and 90s because my older brothers, um, well, they were born in 70s, I think, but they grew up in their formative years in the 80s and 90s, or 80s at least. And so a lot of the pop culture I consumed was from that time period. And I was also going to include the early aughts in there, but I think I might save that for another year because some of the elements I wanted to do in this art show I'm not actually going to be able to do because just for logistics, unfortunately, it's actually a huge bummer, but the gallery is very kind to me and they allow me to do a lot of things that you might think that would be reserved for someone who actually brings in a lot more money uh, than I do. I only bring in, I have no idea. I can't say for sure, but I know that our show we for 2024 we made about 20G, I think, and I only get some of that because the gallery gets half, and then also what they did for me, which is awesome. I don't even know if I've ever told you guys this. I don't even know if I'm allowed to tell you this, but I'm going to anyway. Is oh shit. You know what? Maybe I'm not allowed to say this. Well, okay, let me say it this way. They a lot of the prints that were there, I didn't pay for. All the canvas prints and stuff, there was thousands of dollars of prints that I didn't pay for because they believe in me in a way that like they trust me and they have like a faith in my honesty towards them. Like I don't steal any of their customers or anything like that. If something is seen in the gallery, I say buy it from the gallery. I don't say, hey, I can give it to you for cheaper. I mean, I don't sell anything cheaper than them anyway, but lots of artists, not apparently, definitely do that where they have like, I don't know about them, but galleries in general have this issue where they'll represent an artist and then the artist will use them to display their work, but they will try to sell to the customer directly so that they can make more money because they obviously don't have to pay the commission, which is nice when you don't have to pay the commission, but that's greasy because that gallery gives me a lot of exposure to people who don't watch my YouTube, who don't follow my Instagram, who don't go on my Facebook. And like I just appreciate the heck out of them because they don't carry very many local artists. They carry big name, famous artists with high price tags on them. And I'm luckily my art has gained some value and in a huge part actually is because of them. So I'm not interested at all in murking any customers. But anyways, the point. Wait, what was the point? What was I saying? Oh yeah, I only made half of that, but I also spent so much of my own money on that show too. So I don't actually remember how much profit I made after my um after the dust cleared. But the thing is like you invest, and then finally after however many times, then you start seeing the dividends, right? Is that how you say that? Um, which I'm hoping next year's show, 2027, maybe 2028, then hopefully I'll see a higher like take home number. We'll see. But anyways, I will be doing kind of the same thing is what I'm trying to say with the theme uh prizes, I guess you would call them. I'm going to be giving out mission patches. Do I have a mission patch in here? have a mission patch in here. Last year, 2024, the theme was hot dogs in space. And if you came in like this hoodie, for example, if you would have wore this hoodie, which I actually bought for the 2025 show, I think I'll do a NASA or something space related for every single show that I do with them, just as a fun little nod to the first show, maybe like some sort of continuity in the theme. But anyway, the theme was hot dogs in space, and if you had a shirt, costume, some sort of reference to the show, then you got a mission patch, which was just like a 3x3. It looks like this, kind of. This is a small depiction of it. This was finger painted, so it's not that easy to see, but that's my Mars mission patch. And it was basically a iron-on patch that you could put on your jacket or whatever, that mimics NASA's mission patches. And so I made my own mission patch, which was for Mars. This year, 2025, I didn't do one because we didn't do a big show because we weren't able to. But for 2026, I'm doing another mission patch, and maybe I'll only do them every 2 years. I don't know. But it's going to be a Pluto mission patch, which is a nod to Back to the Future, because some idiot decided that Back to the Future was a dumb title, and the man from Pluto, the time traveler from Pluto. I can't remember what he wanted it to be called, but he wanted that movie to be called The Something from Pluto. The man. Can someone look that up for me? The something. The man. The Martian? No. I can't remember. Anyway, someone from Pluto. Anyway, so it's going to be a Pluto mission patch rather than the Mars mission patch, and that's how it ties that whole concept together. So you'll be getting a Pluto mission patch. The Mars mission patch was the duck, and that's just something from my own experience with a guy we called Uncle Mike at the rec center. You know what? I have one. I have at least one left somewhere. Let's go get one so I can show it to you, and then we'll do our house tour, or I mean our studio tour. Whose handprints are on the wall above slabs? Those are my handprints. That's like when I don't have paper towel, I'll just wipe my hand off on the wall. It is very icy here, so if I fall, please laugh. It's good for the soul. As is chicken soup, apparently. Shout out to Heather for help with making the patches. Yes, she did that. And she's done so much for me. I don't know if she's here or not, but Heather, thank you so much for all the behind the scenes work. Also, thank you, Renee, for all your behind the scenes and on the scenes work. By the way, thank you very much, as well as all the other moderators. I know most of the moderators don't hang around too much anymore, but Renee does, and I am so glad that I made her a moderator. Super stoked about that. Okay. Oh, I don't know if I have one left. Let me put you here. Quick second. No. Well, they're about this size, but they don't look like this. This is that wall. Maybe there's a handprint in there too, but it's a smiley face. Oh, okay. This is not it. This is a sticker, but it looks like this, okay? Okay, let's go outside. What a bummer. I thought I didn't even keep one for myself. I have one on one of my hoodies, though. Okay. I can't remember how many I got made, but everyone who came dressed in the theme got one. So, same thing for this year. If you dressed to the theme, you'll get one. And the theme is 80s 90s. Okay, so it can be a reference to a band like Nirvana. I suppose you could just wear a band T-shirt of the era. It could be you could dress like Marty McFly, because we're obviously borrowing from the film's titles, Back to the Future, Back to the Good Old Days. If you've seen any of my promo for it, then it's quite obvious that that's what I'm doing. Thank you to Heather for designing the Back to the Good Old Days logo thing. Yeah. I was going to say something else, but I can't remember. Anyways, so this was the 2024 patch. Hold on, you're seeing it backwards. Let me go like this. So, hold on. The actual patch is bigger. It's 3 inches, not whatever this is. Or it might even be 4 inches. Okay. So we have duck in there, and you can see it says Mars 138. The other one will say like Pluto 138 or something. I don't know. We have the Canadian flag back there, which I will probably do something like that. And the new one, I don't know. I have no idea what it's going to look like. The duck is because you can see here it has my name, Joshua Alexander, has Heather's name because she helped design it. So these are like the people on the mission. So me, Heather, and then Uncle Mike. Heather because she helped with it, and I like giving her shout outs where I can. So her name and my name will be on the new one too. Uncle Mike because he argued with me for some reason about going to Mars with the rover, and they saw a duck. Oh shoot! Gotcha. They saw a duck in the supposed official NASA photos, which it's obviously not a duck. But anyways, he's like, yeah, this proves that NASA is bullshit. And maybe NASA is bullshit, but not based off of that picture. He's like, yeah, no, these pictures were taken on Earth because there's a duck. I was like, well, those pictures were taken in the desert where ducks don't live. So NASA would have had to bring the duck with them and then let it go and then take a bunch of pictures and not be careful to not get the duck in there. So I was like, that's stupid. That doesn't make any sense. And also it doesn't even look like a duck. I mean, it kind of looks like a rock that looks kind of like a duck. Anyway, there was a big conspiracy around that along with other things. So I put him on here, Uncle Mike. That was his name. He was at the rec center in Tillicum or wherever I was staying in Esquimalt. I can't remember wherever I was on Vancouver Island there. And he was great to talk to because it was so interesting. And like, I am a fan of conspiracy, at least, learning about the different ones. And I believe in many ideas of conspiracy, not necessarily the conspiracy themselves. But they have to be able to be scrutinized beyond, they have to hold up to scrutiny beyond what I do because I'm not that smart. And if I can scrutinize it out of believability, it's obviously not. It's not true. Anyway, the second one, I don't know what the third name is going to be, but we'll see. It'll be somehow attached to something. It's like I like putting Easter eggs in my paintings and also in my videos, as you guys, some of you will know if you watch my videos. Like I put at least one in every single video. Well, every single vlog, I should say, and not every single one. I've several, and there's many that I have never talked about. There's one that I think only Renee knows about. I think she's the only one who's seen it more than once, which I think is hilarious. I haven't done it in a long time, so maybe I should do that coming up. I don't know. I was so happy when she knew about it. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" If you're a keen viewer, you will see these different like side stories that are just not real, but they're so fun. I don't read the comments as much nowadays. Also, I get way less comments, so whatever. But sometimes if I put a very obvious Easter egg in somewhere, I look at the comments and I go, what do people think of this? And then when they don't notice it, I'm like, no. But it's fine. And then there's some like things I just put in every video, like the bomb. I put the bomb in every single video since I made the bomb, and I will continue to do that until the bomb is done. It's just weathering and different things are happening to it, so that's kind of fun. I put in every single video. A few people have noticed that. Obviously the 138. Oh shit, I didn't mean to say that, but yes, that. Yeah, some of them are just a little more subtle. But many people have noticed that. The Vancouver Duck Lady. Huh? Don't underestimate the NASA budget. Sky's the limit. Just saying. Yeah, there you go. Can you link the vlog with Martha and that meetup? There was no vlog with... Martha has not been in any of my vlogs, I don't think. Don't you have a mission patch on one of your bunny hugs? One of my hoodies? Man, bunny hugs, such a weird thing to say. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Do you have stickers? I collect them and slather them all over my teardrop camper. I do have stickers. I can send you a handful if you email me, orderfromjosh@gmail.com. I can't remember how much a sticker pack is. Also, I don't have any sticker packs left, but I can make a sticker pack for you for like, probably like, I don't know, 15 bucks or something like that. I don't have any actual sticker packs left, but I have lots of stickers. Yeah. Glenn, he was saying that I'll be at the upcoming show in April 2026. Right. I don't notice Easter eggs. I'm too focused on the music usually, lol. Well, sometimes even in the music, there's an Easter egg. Sometimes I'm like, oh, this is the perfect song. That's why I sacrifice my monetization so much. Is because I'm like, the music. It's too important. The art of the video is too important. I gotta use the copyrighted music. And obviously, if I'm using copyrighted music, YouTube pays the royalties to, you know, whatever, instead of paying me the ad revenue of the videos. I've done that so much. It has been very noticeable. But sacrifices for the art. Sacrifice for the art. Okay, shall we do a studio tour and you can kind of see what's going on? It's very messy, but perhaps you will be able to kind of get an idea of how I work in here. I mean, many of you have seen it already in videos and such, but if you're new and haven't seen a studio tour in a while, maybe it'll be fun. I have so many of your stickers, been slapping them all over Syracuse and Philadelphia and everywhere in between. Nice. I'm bringing an Easter egg to the show in April, just for fun, and move it around like Elf on the Shelf. Okay. You're going to bring it to the show? Wow. Depending on what it is, the gallery might be like, hey, don't do that. So, depends on what it is. They are my, like, I'm close with them in a sense, but I don't have like free reign of all my ideas when they, you know, they're not sellable. So just be aware of that. I'm too busy being sober. Okay, let's do the tour. We'll start outside. Or, well, not outside, but like, well, yeah, let's start outside. Okay? Okay. So, here we are, the Daydream shop. Here's some stuff from my store that I haven't put away. Here's some telephone posts, which I'm going to use. I have one of, oh, I think it's actually in the back of this truck. I'm going to use it. Yeah, I went to go to the builder's den. Here we go. Because I was going to cut this. I had to screw it to this so I can cut it on a bandsaw, but then they were closed the day I was going to go, and I was like, ah, darn it. Anyway, I'm going to make my light fixture out of that for my living room. Or not my living room, my dining room. So that'll be in a future video. Yeah, definitely not firewood. That's cedar. Cedar! You know how long I've been looking for this? There's my space shuttle from the 2024 show. It's fallen apart. We built that out of just scrap that we had. And I was going to make a video of that show, but I never ended up doing that. No weenies allowed. SpongeBob sign. That's from Martha. Thank you, Martha. Here is the... I almost said store, but I meant studio. We have space over here, which is very cluttered up. This is Clint's area, but Clint doesn't come here anymore. He got a job. He got a job. Can you believe it, guys? Okay. We have a bunch of stuff here that's kind of just, the scale is at the store. Oh, here's your fish. Here's your sardines. Oh gosh. Hold on a second. There we go. Got your sardines in the can. That's Renee's. Hold on, hold on. Look at that. What a great piece of art. Hilarious. I wanted to make it so the fish could come out, but they're actually very hard to take out. I should have made it so it opens a little bit more, but I didn't. Then we got the Big Mama hot dog. We got a bunch of valve springs. I'm going to make a sheep out of these, I think. Also have some valves. Bunch of pencils. Oh, some painty water. I was painting a picture and I needed it to dry against here, and I was like splattering it. That was the pizza shuttle, Pizza Planet truck. It's not every day you punch a fish in the face. That's right. We have our toolbox here. We have the yellow door from the store. We have a bunch of junk up on here. We have just some random, this is from a passive house. This is scraps. I have a bunch of that stuff. Don't know what to do with it. We have some ketchup chips that are expired, so I've been giving them to the chickens. I saw a t-shirt that said, "Live better, buy art." Ah, I like that. Oh, we have some more watery paint. Oh, this is all dried up. That was white. I still haven't found my 2 other drill presses, but to be honest, I haven't been looking for them a lot. So yeah, I have a random tap out hat, which for some reason Alex gave me because he didn't want to throw it out, but I don't know what to do with it because I'm not a fan. Oh, got a couple bottle caps. I need to get a container for these ones and then a different one. I have a bunch of these, but these ones I'm collecting for a guy. This is disgusting. Never buy this. This is not good. This tastes like cough medicine. I thought it would taste delicious. I only had 1 sip. Gross. Anyway, we have our woodworking area in here. It's not as messy as it has been, but it's pretty messy. We have our desk for the store. I broke the handles off of these 2 drawers by accident. Whoops. I'm going to add more drawers to it, and I'm going to put that in my office downstairs in the house where we just were with the trying to find the patch, because I'm going to put all my paper prints in there. Yeah, so drill press station. I think I'm going to move the bandsaw over to there because we have a new miter saw station, which I put in some shorts. which I am quite enjoying. However, I thought that I bought this when Gramps was here, because before I just had one saw, and I've often wanted a separate saw so I could keep it at certain angles rather than going straight, going angle, whatever. I actually want 3, but I was like, 2 is good enough. One day I'll do a third one somewhere. But I hate this saw. I freaking hate it. Now you think they're the same because they look the same, and they actually are technically the same model. But look at this. This one has this as the safety, right? Watch your ears. This might be loud, right? But this is just the way that you have to like. Oh, I don't like it. I don't even like this one because the handle's so gigantic, but this one is right here. This is so much easier. Rather than doing this, you do this. So I actually want to get rid of this saw. I'll probably give this to someone or sell it, and then get another one that's this. I didn't realize it was different. I just needed the 12-inch, whatever this is called, double bevel miter saw from Bosch. I actually don't really like these. They're not good for fine woodworking, but they're good enough if I'm careful, because they have a lot of play, because they have a lot of moving parts, unfortunately. So when they're out, they can flex quite a bit. I don't know if you can tell, but anyways. You took the door? I figured that little closet would have been useful for the next 10. No, they wanted me to get rid of it. You put that saw in shorts. Ouch. Did you ever get that cutoff saw from my cousin? Oh, the radial arm saw. Kind of like this. Wait, is that who you're talking about? Wait, who are you talking about? No, who was that? That wasn't you. Never mind. I was going to get an electronic radial arm saw from these people. They traded me some labor for some other stuff, which they were just going to throw out. So I kind of thought that was kind of shitty of them to not give me the radial arm saw, because I thought they were going to give me the radial arm saw. But he's like, I hate to give it away. So I actually ended up not getting it. I put that in a vlog. I kind of wish I didn't. But I fixed their gate. Or no, their railing. I welded it back together. I didn't bring something back there. Maybe that's why they didn't. I don't know. Anyways, didn't work out. They did give me some stuff for free, but then other stuff they were like, well, you know, blah, blah, blah. I gave you all this garbage, this literal garbage that would go in the scrap bin. Like, for me, it's useful, so it's not garbage to me. But they wouldn't have been able to give it away to anyone else, so I don't understand what they're... Anyways, doesn't matter. I didn't get that. But your saw, I'm vaguely remembering, but I can't remember your cousin. So I'm going to say no. See you later, Crafty Loops. Congratulations. Anyway, let's continue. So I have all this open space now. Obviously, there's wooden stuff here, which we plan on having a shed right out this... Wow, I said that weird. Right out this door. We have these maple slabs here, which are pretty sick. But there's going to be a door here. That's going to go into another Tudor shed, because the other Tudor shed is right across the road, if you will. Like, if you imagine, the shop is here, okay? And then there's a little road here that goes to the back of my property that way. And then there's the Tudor shed, and then there's the property fence here, and the property line is somewhere over here, okay? So this Tudor shed and wherever the shop is, I'm going to build another Tudor shed here. The road is still going to be accessible because I have another like lean-to right outside here, so I'm going to build it about that same size. 2 stories high, just like the other one. And it'll go past this roof, but in time this roof will not be a roof anymore. It'll just be a ceiling, and there will be a floor on top of that. So I'm stoked about that. All of this wood will go in there because I'm going to make it long. I'm going to make it... I don't know if I'm going to make it as long as here, because right now I have my lawnmower is in this thing, the free thing. It's in here. So I might make it from there to here. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm stoked about it. Anyway, so we have all this open space now. So I think I'm going to put the bandsaw over here. But I'm not sure. I have this welding area. This I would like to put in there somewhere. But I'm not sure exactly. This radial arm saw I was going to set up. But then I never ended up doing it. So I'm not sure about this area. I have too many of these cutoff saws. I have 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to get rid of 2 of them. That one only works sometimes. So I'm not sure. Welding area where I make my metal sculptures. Many of you have seen. This. Does this look like a whale tail to you? I'm going to make, I think, a whale out of this. Sometimes things just look like something. Now this has been cut off of something, it looks like. Or maybe it was just a... I don't know what it's called. Like a hoe, but not a hoe. Like a straight hoe. That's not... I don't know what it's called. But yeah. Nice tongs. Oh, these are from... Jim. There we go. Underbite tongs, I think they're called. Something like that. And then I found the other ones. No, these are the ones that I couldn't find. Where are the other ones? I don't know what these are called. I forget. But he made these for me. And these were under here. And I was looking for them because they can grab in a certain way. And I could not find them. But I have another pair here somewhere. Whatever. They're somewhere here. Or somewhere else. I don't know where they are. I'm going to add to this sculpture. This is my jellyfish sculpture base. The rest of it is over there. This is the art trunk. It has a skylight. Oh, I should have... When it was snowing, I should have finished the rest of that short I wanted to do. Darn it. Because this was... Tons of snow was on here. Oh well, hopefully it snows again. Anyways, this is the art trunk. We have a bunch of random supplies in here. Got some Harley Davidson exhaust. And we have some chain. And we have some screwdrivers. And we have a part of an old copper fire extinguisher. And we have some springs. And we have some cutlery over there in this bin. Right, so on and so forth. No, I don't think it's a shovel. It's like one of those, I don't know what it's called, but those tools that kind of have like they're like a hoe, but they don't have the angle. They're not like this, they're like this. This is my sanding station / put stuff where it doesn't go station. That's Mitch's hat. You guys might remember Mitch. This is an apron that I actually use sometimes, made by Roberta. Thank you. There's a bunch of hand saws up on here. I don't use those. Sometimes I do. One I had to modify. Look at that, sideways. Funny. Buffalo skull. There's less display going on in here because I wanted to make more use of the space that I have for tools and stuff. But yeah, our little caddy thing that holds all our clamps and glue and staplers and drills and such. And then our little table underneath. And the extra light, which is great when you want an extra light. Yeah, a bunch of other random stuff here. Drum sander, planer. Yeah, bunch of Patreon names. Yeah, maybe an edger. Patreon names over there, and I have Patreon names over here in Clint's area, but since we don't have our extra shed, all of our wood storage is here. So I got oak here, maple there, and then a bunch of other stuff, lots of reclaimed stuff. This is my railing. Or wait, is this my railing? No, this is not mine. My railing is it up here? Shoot, I don't remember where it is. But anyways, I don't know what this stuff is. This is from Clint. And then this is a bunch of picture frame molding. I thought they would fit here. I have tons of this stuff. I got it from the gallery. It does not fit. So I need to move it, but it's heavy, so I got lazy. Got some random typewriters, wood storage back there. This used to be such a handy area, but when you're doing production like what Clint was doing, you kind of just put stuff where it fits, and then you make use of it. We need a bigger space. Oh, I can't show that because then I will get a community guideline strike. And then this is my painting studio. Right now we have these chickens who are making an absolute mess of it. But these are the fragile girls. Oh, your water. You're always screwing up your water. Why must you do that? Now your water's all gross. Anyways, I hang out in Ava's pool in the winter because they're too fragile for the cold winter, and they get picked on by the bigger chickens, right? She's basically blind, except for when we cut her feathers, and then these two girls are just really small, and they're old, so they're in here. Anyways, we got our Archie comics and some other books, and we got our monkeys from Just Joshing with Dakota, and we got these ones here. Pretty cool. We got a collection of art on the wall, which I quite like, from different artists. We got those shoes. A couple more paintings. I started doing this wall finally. I need to just adjust how I'm going to do it. There's that space there now, and I need to put something there, but I don't know what it's going to be yet. But look at this Gingy. I forget who made this, but it was at one of the markets when I did my store, and I just thought it was so cool, so I had to have it. So no hints as to Jakota's painting, just an initial. We know he's still learning how to make the painting look like the person it's supposed to be. I have no idea who he's painting. I have not even seen it. I didn't even know he was painting anything. Mandalorian helmet in the works? What? Where do you see that? I do not have a Mandalorian helmet in the works. But that would be cool. I don't know what you would have seen that looks like that. The only Star Wars helmet thing that I have is right over here. I have that Stormtrooper or Clone Trooper or whatever. Your railing is not made yet. After the show? Honestly, I need it kind of right away. So before the show would be better. But if you don't have time, I'm just going to have to figure out a way to do it myself. But I don't want to bug you. I didn't want to bug you. Because I'm also busy with this stuff anyway. So, I don't know. I didn't know Dakota was making a picture. Can you put the chicken water on a block of wood to help keep the hair? It's on 2 blocks of wood. They're just dummies. Was on a workbench near a saw. Let me look. Okay, so we have these saws here. There's definitely nothing here that looks Mandalorian. Dang it, Josh was my only hope. Not Obi-Wan. I don't know what you're looking at that is Mandalorian-like, but no. He showed us this Monday, but it's hard to tell who it is just yet. Okay. Jellyfish. This? How is that Mandalorian to you? What? Huh. Okay. All right. I don't know. Maybe you just didn't see it right, but that's the jellyfish, like, head dome thing. Yeah, so that's the tour of the old workshop / art studio. It's being used basically daily now because I'm working on these paintings. So I'm working on this piece right now, which I think is hilarious. I'm just, trying to block in all the color and stuff, trying to get it working. This is from the first movie, which was released in 1999, so it still fits within the 90s theme. I've done 6 paintings, including this one so far. I've done this one in this orientation, the square orientation. I want to do a bunch of squares. I wanted to do a wall of TVs, but now I'm no longer able to do it, unfortunately. So I'm doing a bunch of paintings in square format because this would have been the aspect ratio for most TVs back in the 80s and 90s. I mean, they weren't all completely square like this one. I don't know if this was from the 80s or 90s, but you can see it's like basically square, not very rectangle. So I'm going to have this one, this one. So that's 2. These 3. So that's 5. And then I have the Catwoman and Penguin. That's 6. I'm going to do at least 6 more in this. It's not really a series, but in this orientation, my 80s, 90s themed wall. Does anyone, and we'll end with this, does anyone have any suggestions? I'm going to do The Princess Bride. I'm going to do, I think there was one Star Wars that came out in 99. I think, but maybe it was in 2000. The Phantom Menace. So I'll do something from there. Anything that is like that, I'm not going to be making print like Star Wars. I can't make prints of those because it's owned by Disney. Probably I can't do the Back to the Future, but maybe I'm okay because I don't know. We'll see. Oh, Ghostbusters. Yes. Yes, you're right. So that's 7. Yes. I forgot about the Ghostbusters. You should paint Jelly Roll after he lost all the weight. Why? Would you buy it? Jelly Roll is... He's okay, I guess. I don't really think that he's a good musician. I don't understand the hype. I think he seems cool, I guess. Just the way, like, on podcasts and stuff, he seems interesting. I think he looked better fat. But, like, that's because that's how I know him. So that's how I would paint him. I wouldn't paint him in his skinniness unless it made sense to. I don't know. Just some people, you know them a certain way, and so that's the way that I like to imagine him. It's good for him for losing all that weight because, obviously for his health and all that. But I'm more into painting people who I like. And I don't not like him. I don't really care for his music at all. I don't even think there's a single song that I like. What's that one? Broken beyond. Shit, I can't even remember the cadence. That one song I did listen to once, and I was like, okay, this isn't bad. I probably listened to it more than once, but like I intentionally listened to it more than once. I probably heard it more than once. Yeah, but that's not 80s, 90s. So I'm mostly going to be painting 80s, 90s. I'll probably do one if Canada wins gold in the Olympic hockey, then I'll probably do one painting from that as well. But yeah, I mean I painted this. Whatever I've shared on my YouTube and Instagram, and that's it, and it's all within that theme of 80s, 90s. Now this one I didn't paint on a square because it wouldn't fit on a square, but I still wanted to paint it. So then I also did the DeLorean, the long DeLorean, and these two paintings, which I probably shouldn't put them so close to here. Yeah. Horror movie villains, like which ones from the 80s and 90s specifically do you think? Freddy. Let me write. Oh! We forgot to write down our goals for 2027. Durr. Let me go grab a piece of paper. I was like, okay, let me write down some of these ideas because I want to hear your guys' take on suggestions. Take on suggestions? That doesn't make sense. Okay. Whoops. Okay. Okay. So I should grab two pieces of paper. Well, I'll try to just remember, I guess. Gotta remember my format here. Goonies? Okay. I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I will consider that. I'll have to watch it. Maybe I'll watch it tonight. I have seen it. Definitely have seen it. I've seen the TV version for sure. Like when it was on TV. I don't know if I've seen it on DVD, and I know the two versions are different. So certain scenes were kept in the octopus or whatever was kept in the TV version, whereas it wasn't on the DVD release. And I know that because I watched or I listened to the Confused Breakfast podcast on the Goonies, and I was like, huh. Because people were saying there was a Mandela effect about that movie. Anyways. Freddy Krueger. That's 80s and 90s for sure, Freddy. Yeah. Freddy is from the 80s and 90s. I mean, yeah, I mean he spans, right? I don't watch those movies, so I'll have to paint them without the best reference to the story, but hello, Joan. Chunk and Sloth from the Goonies. Indiana Jones. Ooh, that's 80s, right? What could I do? What scene could I do in there? Indiana Jones, okay. Oh, I'm writing on the wrong piece of paper. Oh well. Indiana Jones, okay. I might do the where he just shoots the guy who's with the sword. Madonna, okay. Maybe I will paint it. Ozzy. I painted Ozzy, but I painted 2025 Ozzy. Do I want to paint an earlier Ozzy when he has the short hair, right? Is that the 80s or is that the 70s? When did he become the Prince of Darkness? Alright, that was a terrible impression. Sharon, I'm the Prince of, I'm the effing Prince of Bloody Darkness. I don't want to sing no Christmas carols. Okay? Maybe Aussie. Maybe. Thinking of my face 80s movie. Favorite 80s movie. Never Ending Story. Dark Crystal Labyrinth. Apparently I really like puppets. I will not do any of those. I think the net... Okay. Oh, please. I know I've already asked this before. Please. Hopefully I'm going to remember to look at the comments. Renee and everyone else. What movie... I think it's a puppet movie. Does some guy get like shunned away? I've asked this before, and I went to go look for the movie, and it wasn't available on the streaming without paying for it, so I never watched it. But I really want to watch this again. Saw it when I was a little kid in grade 1 or 2, okay, in school. The dude gets shunned or something from his community of puppets, I think, and so he has to move away, and then he builds like a fort or like a house or something out of rocks, and he uses like a lever to like move the rocks, which is I think why we watched the movie in class. Is because of that, the principle of leverage. And he's like using like a plank to move boulders. And maybe he has blue hair, or maybe he is blue or something. I can't remember. What movie is that? Joan! Your punishment for being late. I wouldn't punish you for being late, but thank you. Dawn says E.T. Joan sent $5. Thank you very much for the super chat. That's very nice of you. Short Circuit. I don't know that one, so I'll skip that. What is Short Circuit? NES? Oh, I actually do plan. Yeah, it doesn't have to be movies, just pop culture in general. I am thinking, I don't know what NES is to you, but if you're talking about Nintendo Entertainment Center system, not center, I do want to do some Nintendo paintings. I was thinking about doing the obvious, which would be Mario. So let me put that in there. Oh, I want to put it in the Princess Bride. Okay. Number one goal for 2027, world domination. And more cowbell. Someone mentioned Gremlins. Gremlins, yeah. I don't like the Gremlins, so I probably won't. Airplane? Airplane, that's a hilarious movie, from what I remember. And Don't Call Me Shirley. Leslie Nielsen, right? That's what his name is? Would I paint that? You got to keep in mind, I'm trying to sell these pictures. So some of them I know won't sell, but the reference is good enough. Austin Powers, that might sell, but like, I'd probably sell more as a $20 print than as a $1,500 freaking canvas. But okay, let me think about that airplane. I'll write it down. I like the suggestion. Keep them coming. We'll do this for a little bit longer, and then we'll do my goals. You could put boom boxes as an Easter egg in each painting, Josh, or you could, or would that just be a stereotype? No, that stereotype. That is a good suggestion. I like that, but I understand that you're making a joke, and that's funny. I almost didn't. If I didn't see your name, but I got the joke and saw your name, and then I was like, okay, okay. Wayne's World. Wayne's World, yeah. Wayne's World, maybe when he's holding up the Pepsi. That's from the 80s, right? Okay. Wait, was it Pepsi? I can't remember. I haven't seen that in so long. SNL. I gotta have more cowbell. Ah, I almost kind of had that impression. I don't like SNL that much. It's not that funny to me. But maybe it's because I just don't watch it that often, and when I have seen it live, it's just the jokes have not been. I haven't been up to date with what's going on in the world. Norm Macdonald. Yeah, Norm. I freaking love Norm, but I do have a series of paintings that are comedians, but right now it's just Richard Pryor and who else? What? Oh, Three Stooges. There might be other ones too. I guess Charlie Chaplin. Stand up though is different, obviously, but Richard Pryor did do movies as well. Horror movies of the age would be Freddy Krueger, Jason Voorhees. Is that how you say that? Voorhees? That's the hockey mask one, right? Or wait, Michael Myers has the hockey mask. Wait, no, Michael Myers has the William Shatner white mask, right? Which hilarious in Baby Driver, where he's like, "I wanted Michael Myers mask. This is Mike Myers." That's such a good joke because they didn't get the rights to that mask. That's so funny. Okay, I will consider Jason. I've only seen a few of those slasher horror movies. Like I've seen. I can't even remember. Oh, I've seen what's the one? Leatherface. What's that one? Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I saw the prequel. I saw that one with the pickaxes. With the gas mask guy. Valentine something. I saw that one. Cool Runnings. Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme. It's bobsled. Oh, I'm missing some of that. Yeah, dude, that movie's funny, but it doesn't make sense. I wonder if he was related to Jughead. Indiana Jones. Related to Jughead Jones. I actually was thinking about doing Jughead, but I did this Archie one instead. I've never seen the octopus scene, and I've watched Goonies countless times. You gotta watch the TV version. Elm Street was in 87. Nightmare on Elm Street, okay. The Highlander. There could only be one Highlander. I think that might maybe. Okay, I'll write it down. Hello, the small rock. That small rock shop, dude. You changed your name, Chris. Chris asked how far away a certain town was from me, and then I told him, and then he never messaged back. So I wonder if he's going to be coming to this town that's near me. Because if he is, then he should come a little bit further. Do the scene replacing the weight trap with the sand to steal Indiana. Oh, the idol. Ooh, Indiana Jones. That's, yeah, the idol. Okay. Field of Dreams, The Breakfast Club, Caddyshack. I haven't seen Caddyshack. I have seen The Breakfast Club. I don't know what I would paint from there. Don't even think about it, bud. Maybe that scene, because like the cadence in that is so off. I don't get about it. I don't get that. That scene sucked to me. I was like, "Why? Who says that?" I don't remember if he says "Don't even think about it," but I think that's what he says. Don't even think about it, bud. Such a weird inflection. Like, why would you say it like that? Anyway. Johnny Depp in which film? Edward Scissorhands? Is that 90s or that 2000s? That's his first major role. Johnny Five, I don't know what that is. Fragile Rock? Fraggle Rock? Predator. Now I've done Terminator. I could do the Predator. Okay, I'll consider it. No, I'm not going to do all of these. These are just some to pull from. So, inconceivable. I was thinking, okay, so I'm going to do a Princess Bride painting, but I think I'm going to do, my name is Inigo Montoya. You kill my father. Prepare to die. I think I'm going to do that guy. But the inconceivable, fun too, actually. Inconceivable. Cabbage Patch, I don't know what that is. Roger, I don't know what that is. Bon Jovi, I don't really like what he looks like. So I'm not going to paint him, but I like that. I like the suggestion. Roger Rabbit. We could paint Jessica Rabbit. Okay. The Fly, Little Shop of Horrors. Okay, I'm gonna skip those. I almost watched The Fly last night though. I have no idea what movie it is with the Rockfort thing, but I will be figuring that out. Well, thank you. The Raccoons. The Raccoons. The cartoon? The Raccoons? Ferris Bueller. Never Ending Story. Okay. Pepsi product and Doritos product placements in Wayne Worlds. Okay. The Snorks. I don't know. Ooh, Beetlejuice. Obviously. Beetlejuice. I gotta plug you in. Okay, I'm just gonna scroll down quickly now because we're here for a long time now. We've been here for a while and we are dying. So, Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Batman, Top Gun, Rain Man, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Crocodile Dundee, Fatal Attraction, Beverly Hills Cop, Rambo: First Blood, Rocky 4. Okay. Rocky, I would do Rocky. Out of all those, I would do Rocky. RoboCop, Dark Crystal, E.T., Sleepy Hollow, Jason Has the Hockey Mask. The Lost Boys. I never watched that movie. So those certain movies I feel like you gotta watch to be able to paint them. Tootsie, Dead Poet Society, Lethal Weapon 2, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Because I like him. What's his name? Rick Moranis. I may do that, but I'm not sure. Chris Coleman, born on the 4th of July. Dirty Dancing, Twins. Okay. Goonies is too tame for what you're looking at. I'm looking for nostalgia. I'm looking for people to look at this wall of paintings and be like, he even got what? Right? Die Hard, The Naked Gun, Good Morning Vietnam, Star Trek TV. Star Trek TV. Star Trek 4. Star Trek. Okay, I'll do Star Trek. Maybe. I haven't seen that. I started watching all the Star Treks in order, chronological order. Okay, but they're still making Star Trek today. So, anyway, okay. I have to go get a new piece of paper. Actually, you know what? We'll write it on here. Here's my reference photo for this painting. Okay, goals for this year, for 2026. Okay? Of course, we know that there's 5 goals per year. I do my best to do them. It's different than a resolution. Resolutions are like, hey, I want to lose weight. Hey, I want to buy that thing. Hey, I want to stop doing XYZ, smoking, drugs, whatever. I don't know, drinking. It doesn't have to be something so dramatic. But for this, it's more so, hey, I hope I can complete this. I'm going to do my best. It's not necessarily a resolution. It's just a goal that I hope I can do, and I implement steps to do it, right? And that's why I keep all my old goals, because I like to cross them off as I've come to them and completed them. So, goal number 1, I haven't actually thought about them this year for this year. So, I don't know. Let's see here. Okay. And I don't want to do repeats. I think I have done some repeats, but I'm going to try not to do any repeats. Okay, let's see here. Oh, I know what I want to do. I want to make a... I don't know what to call it. I'm going to call it an honor stand. I want to make an honor stand at my driveway. Okay? So we can sell our extra eggs. Very simple goal. You guys know me. It's going to be a wicked honor stand. Not like some of these other ones you see that are quite lame. Some of them are cool, but some are not. Okay? So that'll be a goal. I would like to, let's see, what else do we want to do this year? You know what I'd like to do, actually? I would like to, oh, I did write that over here. Finish the trailer, right? I did that in another one. You know what? Does it matter if I repeat a goal? Because, like, did I do small art show, big art show? Finish full house, dust flush, fix brain, finish closet. I finished my closet. That's so fun. Finish upstairs. Ooh. This says make a coffee table book. I want to finish my second book. It's much easier to finish my second book than my first one. Finish second book. Because it's more of a, hey, if you're a fan of me, you might like these random musings with some photographs. Okay. Let's see what else. Cover the art trunk, done. Already done. I missed the super chat from Sherry. Did I? Sorry, I did. Bob and Doug McKenzie. Teenage Mutant Ninja. Ooh, Ninja Turtles. I realized I didn't have it on live chat, so I only saw some comments. Top movies of the 1980s, like Back to the Future, right? I did many Back to the Future paintings already, so we got that. Breakfast Club, I haven't done that. The Empire Strikes Back. Oh, that was in the 80s? Was that like in 81 or something? Must have been early, right? Die Hard, E.T., Blade Runner, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Ghostbusters, The Shining. The Shining. Sorry, Sherry, that I didn't see your super chat. I appreciate the heck out of you. $10 she sent, and she gave a lot of good suggestions. Thank you very much. Mr. Dress Up, Canadian Bacon, Build Woodshed. I'm probably not going to get to that because, wow, you know, we could put that. We can have that as a goal. Why not? Build Woodshed. Are we going to get to it? You know what? We could either build that woodshed, which is wood storage, or we could build that woodshed, which is burning wood for the campfire. But the thing is if you're part of my Patreon, which who said that? Jane Cooper, which you are, then you saw the renderings for the house, which that's going to take. Like, all these other things have to be free. Like, they have to be made from leftovers and stuff. You know what I mean? Install wood stove and shop. Ooh, wood stove. Yeah, I actually want to do that this year. Luckily, we don't have the carbon tax anymore, so our heating bills have been considerably less, hundreds and hundreds of dollars less per month. So that's good. Hawaiian pizza. Oh, yeah. Guys, if you're local, okay, to Onaway or close to Onaway, okay, there's a place called... Shit, I forget what it's called, but it's inside, or it's part of, I guess you would say, the Burger Baron in Onaway. I forget what the pizza place is called. But whatever, the Burger Baron, it's at the Burger Baron. Go to the Burger Baron, get their pizza. I don't know what is your favorite kind. Mine, I like Hawaiian. I know lots of people think that's weird because it's got pineapple, but I get the special Hawaiian. Take away the or not the onions, the mushrooms. There's no onions. Take away the mushrooms and add pepperoni. It is probably for me a 9 out of 10 pizza. It is so freaking good. And now that I'm fasting for a few more days, I wish I didn't bring it up because I'm going to be. Oh, dang, we buffered. Okay, now my last goal. My last goal. Here's a good one. I'm releasing a series of paintings under a pen name, which I probably will never show you guys on purpose, but you may see in the background of some of my content. I'm going to do my pen name. You may have even seen some in my video here because I have this piece. I'm painting it on panes of glass, one of the pieces, which is so cool. I don't want to show you guys because I want to see how they do on my own. It's a series that I started many years ago, and then I just gave up on them. Not that I gave up on them, that I actually sold quite a few. But what happened is there's another artist who has a very similar, not style, but vibe in their art, and they're very famous. And I didn't know about them. And then when I saw them, I was like, oh, that sucks. So that's what I'm going to put on there. Some of you will know what I'm talking about. Some of you are never going to know because you're not going to care. And some of you are going to be curious and wonder, and I'm not going to tell you. I might tell you in person, but I'm not going to tell you online. It's just one of those things. So that's it. That's goal number 5. Okay, so we got build the honor stand, finish my second book, hilarious. Build the woodshed, wood stove and shop, and pen name series. I can at least put them in a gallery. That would be Burger Baron LOL. On the front of the glass or the back? It's actually on the front and back because it's dimensional. It's 1, 2. It's 3 panes of glass for the picture, so it has depth that is you can't achieve on canvas the same way because it's done very. I can't really explain it that well, but it's cool. I haven't seen anyone else do this. I'm sure other people have, but this other artist that has a similar vibe to their paintings, I don't think they would care that I did it, but for some reason I just got self-conscious about it, and I was like, I don't want anyone to ever think that I'm copying them. But now I don't really care as much because they don't own the vibe of his paintings. It's just, anyways. I haven't seen him doing on this. He's done them on metal and wood, which are other things that I've wanted to do as well. And he's done them on. Well, he's printed on metal. I don't know if he's painted on metal. Anyway, it's something that I want to do, exploring some of the more childlike ideas that I have. Miami Vice, Golden Girls, Baywatch. That's it. We're driving all the way up there to find out the super duper secret art. Rocky's Pizza. That's it. Dawn, are you local? Rocky's Pizza. Yes. Ooh, this is super duper secret. Not even shared. Yeah, not even shared with Patreon. Empire Strikes Back was 1980. Revenge of the Sith, 1983. Oh, okay. Shit, I didn't know they were that late. I thought they were 70s. They've got such 70 vibes to them. Okay, so I can do quite a few Star Wars pieces then. Those ones are going to be one-offs. They're not going to have prints. Alf. No, Google. Oh, you just Googled it. Okay, well, if you're ever here, in fact, those who come to my show, who I am friends with, I mean, I'm friends with many of you, but not many of you, but some of you, but I mean, the ones who are coming to my show, in 2024, we got pizza just from freaking Panago, which I like Panago, but this time, if you come over, if we can make that work, I don't know how we'll feel or whatever, but we're gonna have this pizza instead. We're gonna have Rocky's Pizza. It's so freaking good. It costs more, but it's so good. It's so good. I went there to get ice cream because my brother Dave lives over in that area. So drive from here to there. I go past Onaway, and I was like, oh, I kind of want ice cream. So I go in and get ice cream, but I don't get ice cream. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna try this pizza because apparently it's just so good. People say. So I try it. I tried their donair first, and I was like, okay, the donair's not bad. So maybe the pizza's good. Because donairs are a good donair is a mark of a good, basically anything else, to me. I mean, if it's not to you, that's whatever. You know, you have your own taste and your own preferences. But donairs, I love donairs. So if I love a donair, or if I like a donair from you, then I probably like the other stuff. Tried the pizza, and I was like, holy effing sheesh, y'all. This is delicious. 'Twas a dream. I love it. So, get it if you're local, okay? Return. Wait, not Revenge. Return of the Jedi. Sorry. What did I say? Revenge of the Sith? Too bad I can't do the cheese. Do the cheese. Just do it anyway. I don't know how much cheese is too much to have whatever goes wrong with you, but take a bite. At the very least, take a bite. Because it's just like, oh my gosh, it's so fucking good. I think I'm going to break my fast today and just go get the freaking pizza. Am I going to be disappointed that I didn't make it to 7 days? Yes. Am I going to be more disappointed waiting for the pizza? Or will the pizza be that much better when I eat it on day 7? What do you guys think? I'm not even doing a strict fast, right? I'm drinking soup base right now, which is definitely helping with the hunger pangs. I wish, Jane, I want to visit your country someday. Oh, what's happening with Jane? Revenge of the Nerds. I haven't seen that. Okay, I missed the comment there, but did he say he's drinking soup base? I did, because I'm not eating any solids for 7 days. Although, how many hours has it been? So Monday at 6:30 I had my last meal, but Tuesday at 11 I did eat a donut. Do we excuse the donut? Because I actually meant to have dinner that day too, but I skipped it because I got called away from my dinner date with Sean at the gallery. So I just skipped dinner. So do I say that my fast started at 11 Tuesday, or do I say it started on 6:30 Monday and I cheated a little bit on the next day because I didn't know that I was doing it? Like I started it later or early. Wait. I started it earlier by accident with not a full meal. You know? I don't know. How many hours has it been since Monday at 6:30? Do not excuse the donut. Right. We have some beautiful countryside and historic cities, and I can assure you that our food is not bland. Okay, don't listen to a British person talking about bland food. Their food is bland. Guaranteed you are not going to like it as much as your own food. I missed something. Why are you fasting? Just cause. Just for fun. Wait. The Smith is saying wait. Well, yeah, I probably will wait, but gosh, you don't understand how delicious it is. If you love pizza, you might really enjoy this pizza. Or maybe there's much better pizza that I haven't had, but this is like top of the line for me. 9 out of 10 pizza, I would say. Right? And if I were to rate it like, what's that guy's name? Dave Portnoy? Portnoy? I love watching his pizza reviews. He's like 7.2, 8.4, 8.9. Right? A 9 would be like super high up there. I don't even know if anyone's ever gotten a perfect 10. But people really like his reviews because he's very honest. Or sometimes he's just like someone like rubs him the wrong way and he gives them a bad review. Uh, but I'm gonna say if I were to scrutinize the pizza the way he does, well, my goals are all wet, full of soup base. Maybe I wouldn't give it a 9. Maybe I'd give it like an 8.5 or an 8.6. It's just super good. I usually just go hard numbers though, because like I'd say this is how I rate food. Scale of 1 to 10. 5 is edible, not gross. 1 is disgusting. 2 is gross, sort of in there. 5 passes the it's swallowable, it's edible, it's eatable, it just doesn't do anything for me. 6, it has some flavor, right? So this is probably where the British food would come in. 6. 7 is good. 8 is delicious. 9 is fantastic. Like you have to try this. 8, 7 you don't want to be any lower than a 7. 10 is you can't top it. I have never given anything a 10, I don't think, very seriously. So 9 obviously is where you want to be at, and you can always be better. So nothing is 10. Maybe I've had some exceptions in there and I can't remember what they would be, but yeah. I can tell you're fasting. You're talking about food, LOL. I'm still confused about soup base. Wouldn't that be broth? Yeah, so it's broth. Whatever it is. I don't know. Yvonne, hello. Says the person whose cuisine consists of frog legs and snails. Who does that? You're saying me? I don't know if I've ever had either of those. I'm fairly certain I never have. That would be like a French thing, right? Like France? I don't know. I wouldn't eat that. I would try it, but I don't think I would like it. But it might be the idea of it that I wouldn't like. See, the thing that I don't like about British food is just that it doesn't have very much flavor. That's all. It's not bad. It's just a 5. It's a 5 or a 6. It's like, yeah, okay. Right? Like I've had your desserts where some of them I've liked, but I've never had it from a British person. So maybe the people who are making it are they're doing you a disservice by making it bad. I don't know. Like breakfast cake, one of the worst. You're just like, we would have let down. Where is Onaway? Onaway is over there. It's well, Martha, you've been here. It's about another 15 minutes. I guess you'd say northwest. Yeah. It's kind of exactly north of here, but it's slightly west. Somehow the topic always gets around to food, yeah. It's probably the powdered stuff. Yeah, it's powder. Yeah, it's that powder that's like the XO. Have you ever had a donair from High Voltage on the south side? Yes. I didn't actually know that was a donair place. Someone else brought me there. I think it was my brother-in-law. I would say that is a 7 out of 10. It's pretty good. I would definitely go there again if there wasn't better donair places close by. But yes, I like it. Frog legs are actually quite good. Snails are too chewy for me. Okay. And what the frick is poutine? Poutine is fries, cheese, and gravy. Now, would I say poutine is delicious? Yeah, I would say that. Is it the best? No, it is a 7 out of 10. Now, there are some very good poutines, depends on how the fries are made, depends on the gravy. A lot hinges on the gravy. True poutine has cheese curds. I prefer it with shredded cheese, and I like it layered. I don't like it put on top and not melted. I like it melted, layered, good fries that are cooked crunchy rather than just soggy. I mean, they will get soggy eventually anyway. And gravy has to be, I prefer a homemade gravy, but only if it's good, or KFC gravy, because freaking KFC gravy is delicious. But however, other like canned gravy is okay. It's just depends on how much you're paying for the poutine. Purple rain, purple rain. You know, that's a good idea. Well, I don't know where I put that piece of paper, but I will try to fit that in somewhere. Beans and toast shouldn't be a dessert. Is that a dessert? There's these people who are British who go to the rec center that I go to, Jack and Red. And they're British. Wait, I said that. And they think that beans on toast is banging. And I was like, okay, well, I'll try it. And I'm sure it's not bad. It's just, is it good? Is it delicious? Is it amazing? Maybe it is. Because poutine sounds weird to people, and it's quite good. Donaires sound really weird to some people for some reason, and they're good. I would say donaires are better than burgers. So many burgers are subpar. I went to this burger place last time I went with Sean. What was it? Halal burger, I think it was called. Not good. Just very bland. And then I went to I've gone to so many burger places, like burger houses, and I've just been so disappointed. It just tastes like frozen patties, which it's just not good. It tastes like what you get out of a frozen patty box from Costco. Those are some of the worst, not the worst. They're just not good. They're just not good at all. Now, it's okay to have frozen patties if the beef is high quality, but like yeah, like if McDonald's tastes better, you don't have a good burger. I think that McDonald's tastes good, but like of course they do. They're the most successful fast food chain in the world, but like they're not amazing. They're just good. If your burger doesn't taste better than McDonald's, it's not that good. You know what I mean? It might be good, but it's probably if it's probably a 6. I would say a McDonald's cheeseburger is a 7. Yeah. You could definitely if you're paying $18 for a burger, it better be better than a 7. It better be at least an 8 to me. Beans and toast shouldn't be on the same plate. I think those could go together. It's just I haven't tried it. I didn't know you'd been to the UK and tried it. No, I haven't been to the UK and tried your food. I've just been to places here that are like British restaurants by British people. And like, I'm not gonna say that everything is bad. I just it's very underwhelming, and I'm being facetious because I just think it's funny to make fun of people's cuisine because I'm just making fun. But I don't know. You know what else I don't like? And this is part of my culture is bannock. Bannock is so easy to not be good. Some bannock is delicious, but like every Cree person will tell you that they make the best bannock, and almost all of them do not know what the best bannock tastes like. They only know what theirs tastes like. They're wrong. It's just I've had so much where I'm like, no, it's not that good. And then I've had others that's really good. I don't know. But of course, different tastes, right? I am very picky. Unfortunately, it is a curse that I have, and so listening to me for suggestions on food, it's probably not wise. You're gonna miss out on so much stuff because I only like things that I like, right? And I don't like a lot of stuff, mostly because the taste to me is just not good. Uh, we tried poutine from KFC. It was good. See, you had poutine from KFC, and that is probably that's like a that's like a 6. That's a 6 out of 10 poutine. You need to get one that's like from a poutine place. Not even a poutine place, not a gimmick poutine place that only serves poutine and they have 100 different poutines. You need to go to a classic hole in the wall or like a racetrack or maybe even a fair or something like that that has poutine. Those people make the best poutine because they have like proprietary gravy. They don't have like the canned gravy that comes from the wholesale. They have like good gravy and then some people swear on the different types of potatoes. They're like, "Oh, you gotta have this type of potato," or they'll have a blend of potatoes. Where gotta have these golden potatoes, and you gotta have this whatever. I don't even know what they are. When I worked at this pizza place, our poutine people thought was fantastic. I thought it was okay. I thought it was like 7 out of 10 poutine. But people loved it, and we had canned gravy, but they added other stuff to the gravy to make it more flavorful. And I can't remember what they did, but people just enjoyed it more than other places for whatever reason. And I thought it was good, but I didn't eat it that often. Also, the fries were home fries, so we slice them ourselves through that thing. I don't know what it's called, but you stick the potato in, and then and it goes through like those square knives. And people like the fries. So lots of things go into it. Poutine from New York fries are good. See, I had poutine from there. I had the bacon something or whatever poutine, and I would say it was to me is a 6 out of 10. And it could be because someone oversold it to me. They said it was going to be amazing. It's okay. Is 6 out of 10. Definitely, I would eat it again, but I would certainly go somewhere else first. Poutine at fast food places is not usually very good. Yeah, the McDonald's poutine, not good. I would say that's a 5. It's not gross. It's not bad. It doesn't taste bad. It doesn't like you can eat it and like you're not gonna have to like choke it down. It's just not good. It's not you're not like, let me have another one of those. It's not one of those. The Canadian Costco poutine is just meh. Don't care for curds either. I've had their poutine as well, and I would agree. I would say that's a 5. Yeah, maybe it's a 6. There is some flavor to it, but it's very soggy, and it's not melted either. It's a 5. It's a 5. Poutine sounds gross to me, but I grew up in Jersey where they put gravy on fries, which is grosser. So it's just missing the cheese. It's mozzarella cheese, I think. I like fries on gravy, like KFC fries and gravy. I don't like the new KFC fries as much as the old style because I feel like there's sugar on them, but I'm not sure. They're okay, but I would say they're a 6 out of 10 fry. Have you been to Varsity? Old Red Robin's, very good burgers and shakes. I haven't been to Varsity, and I've been to Red Robin's. But I don't know if I had a burger. I had the big cake, slice of cake. Tommy's Chili Cheese Fries, East Los Angeles. I've not been there. The 2 best burgers I've ever had came from Five Guys in a place called Cook. See, Five Guys, I do not understand the hype. That's a 5 out of 10 burger at best. It's easy to eat, but not so bland. So bland. And also, Peter's Drive-In or Drive-Through or whatever it's called. Sucks. 5 out of 10. I grew up in Canada eating beans on toast. LOL. Did you? I go for pretty much any wild game. Yeah, it can be good. It can also be not good. But yeah, I'm picky as heck too. How'd I get so fat? I have to get suggestions from you when we're there. The donair place that you skipped last time, Martha, that is the best donair I've ever had in my life. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's the best donair I've ever had in my life, and it's consistently delicious. I freaking love them. I did have another donair that was pretty freaking good, but it was one that I made myself when I worked at a donair shop. So it's not one that they served, it's one I had to make. So it's different. Dances with Wolves. I don't know what scene I would paint from there, so I'll skip that one. But thanks for the suggestion. All right, Sherry's got to go. See you later, Sherry. Best fries I ever had was from a bus on the south side of the road somewhere around Seba Beach. See, those places always make freaking delicious stuff. Like food trucks, I think often make better stuff than restaurants, especially chain restaurants. And I don't mean fast food restaurants. Fast food restaurants have some sort of like voodoo in them to make them delicious because for some reason most fast food places have, I would say, at least a 7 out of 10 burger, you know, but like almost no burger houses have a 7 out of 10 for me. They usually only have 5 out of 10s, and I don't get it. There's this place called Sandy View Farms in Spruce Grove, close to where I live, and they have a restaurant upstairs that I think it's only open on one day and only for a few hours. And we used to go there on Sundays after church, and they had burgers that I thought were quite good. I would say they were probably an 8 out of 10. But I haven't been there in quite a while. And I think there were bison burgers, beef burgers, and I think you could get other as well. Whataburger? Whataburger. I never had that. I had Big Boy. What's it called? The Big Boy Burger? Not good. That's a 5 out of 10. What's the In-N-Out? 6 out of 10. People swear that's the best burger they've ever had. And I'm like, what am I missing? Now, I've had COVID 3 times. And I know that COVID affects your taste buds. So maybe that's my problem. It's just I can't taste things. I'm missing half my flavor palette. I don't know. Have you ever had beaver tail? It's part of Canada cuisine. Beaver tails? I haven't had like a beaver tail from a beaver, but I've had like the dessert that's called a beaver tail. Which is okay, I would say. It's okay. I love sweets, so I'm partial to sweets, but they have to be exceptionally delicious usually for me to really like them. Yeah. If you last ate at 6:30 Monday, then you've gone about 68 hours. There are 168 hours in 7 days, so you're 40% of the way there. Okay, my last fast was 72 hours, which I did, which was harder than this one because I only did water. Although I had a juice because I was getting so fatigued. So, which Tracy D was saying that kind of takes you out of ketosis, so like it breaks your fast. So I would say I did that on day 3. I would say, or did I do that on day 2? Shoot, I can't remember. I would say this one's way easier, but I've cheated a lot. But I really want to just stop doing it so I can go get some pizza. It's white cheddar cheese curds on poutine. Poutine tastes the best. I ever had in Quebec. Okay, I've never been to Quebec. Those cheese curds are white cheddar. So the poutine that people have liked from the donair place that I worked at, the pizza and donair place, that was mozzarella cheese because it was like what you put on pizza, and so maybe that's why people liked it so much because it's a different cheese, so it was a different flavor altogether. I'm not sure. And also, I know that the poutine that used to be my favorite was at the rec center I go to. That's also mozzarella cheese. So maybe that's what I'm missing. Is maybe I like the mozza cheese better than the cheddar cheese. Dang, now I want mozza sticks. Guys, we gotta stop talking about food. We ran out of time. Yeah, yeah, we ran out of time for that donair. It's too bad. But next time, maybe I'll bring you there. We don't have a red rum, so I'll never burger. And when I'll say we, I mean within the okay. That's I'm lost there. We got a lot of food trucks in Calgary. I love it. Yeah, we got lots in Edmonton as well. Can't wait for spring for many reasons, but one of them is that Tuesday nights they have all the food trucks over in the abandoned mall parking lot. Ooh, nice. Robin's barbecue burger with pineapple. Okay. There was this place called Soda Jerks, and I did like those burgers kind of. I would say they're a 7 out of 10, but I didn't like the patty. I think the patty has to be delicious, and it's just often not. And now where Ashley and I get our beef from is from Ashley's uncle. He's a beef farmer, and it's just such good quality beef, and I'm not sure what he does different. I guess it's all mountain grazing beef. Um, but I remember we would make tacos at home, and we could never make them as good as even like Taco Bell. They would be okay. They'd be a 6 out of 10. I think a Taco Bell taco is a 7. Maybe it's a high 6 out of 10. I don't know. It's not that. It's not. They're not amazing. They're just they're fast food. They got something in there that makes them good. Um, and I would always be like, what the heck are we doing? Is it the wrong spice? Different blend? Are we overcooking the beef? Are we this? Are we that? Then one day we started getting this higher quality beef, and because we would just buy the whole cow, while Ashley's parents would buy the whole cow, and we would share the like we would buy part of the whole cow or whatever, right? And I'm pretty sure they give us a wicked deal though, which is nice of them. Um, anyway, I remember one time I literally took a handful of beef out of the pan because I made the tacos and I was like, dang, what did you do different this time? Asking Ashley because I figured out like the instructions for adding the mix and stuff are like hey, make sure the beef is already cooked and then cook it some more and then cook it some more like, and that's to me ruins beef. So I just did it differently. I would just like lightly brown it, then put it in, then mix it up and then take it out, and then it would just be nicely browned instead of like cooked to death. And that helped a lot. But then this time it was just so much better. And I was like, what, did you do a different spice? And she's like, no, I just used the mountain beef. And I was like, dang. So I went over to the pan of the leftover and I literally took a handful and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much better. So ingredients obviously make a difference too. Quality of ingredients. Uh, but they're still like, I would say like the tacos that we make are like an 8 out of 10 if I'm being generous. They could be better. So there's still something missing, but that beef helped quite a bit. And I could be saying 8 out of 10 being generous because I'm used to this beef. Now we got to work on like I'm not a good cook. Ashley is she's an okay cook, I would say. She's not bad. She's not a bad cook. It's just uh how would you say? Like I'm not trying to say that she sucks at cooking. She's just I don't know. I would say I would say she's a 8 out of 10 cook. No, I'd say she's a 7 out of 10 cook. Things are definitely good, but I love it when things are super delicious where you're just like, oh my God. But like that, you can't expect that from someone who's not a professional cook or who hasn't been cooking for very long, like some grandma or like a chef, like a professional chef, something like that. So, and again, I'm also picky. So she likes things that I don't like, so I just don't eat them. Beaver tails are good only if the pastry is really, yeah, I agree. Also, the quality of chocolate, if you get the kind that has chocolate on there, is good. Different beaver tails have different toppings, I guess you'd call them. And yeah, I've never been to a Red Robin. We do not have them around here. And when I say around here, I mean within a couple of hours of where I'm at. Okay. You'll have to let us know if you caved on the fast. I think I'm going to. I just really want the pizza now. Oh, we've been talking about it too much. I just really want it. Best burger I ever had was at a high-end steakhouse. So good. See, those high-end ones, if you have an actual chef, and I don't mean like, a line, an actual chef, like a trained chef, they just have knowledge that other people don't have. And they know ingredients better. And a lot of chefs will go get the ingredients themselves rather than have like someone drop them off like a delivery service or like a wholesale service or whatever you call them. Certain ingredients they'll make sure they're fresh, and then they'll curate a menu around ingredients that are available fresh from your region, and that stuff is so cool to me. It's kind of fascinating actually. Taco Bell isn't meat, 70% sand and salt. Well, it's good enough for me to have a taste. I'm talking about taste. I'm not talking about the what the ingredient is. Uh, 70% sand. I feel like that's unlikely. You're probably being facetious, but maybe not. I don't know. Buffalo burgers are my favorite. Never had them here on East Coast yet, though. Okay. I just made tacos for dinner and made banana bread yesterday. Oh, frick. I love banana bread. God damn it. I'm not going to make it, guys. I'm going to make it to at least 72 hours, though. How many hours am I at again? 1990s films. Titanic. Jurassic Park. Okay, I don't know where I put my freaking paper. Where did I put my... I gotta do a Jurassic Park piece. Am I blind? Maybe it fell. Oh, there it is. It fell on the floor. Okay, what was the other one again? Jurassic Park. I can't remember what the other person said. Dang it. 80s music, Billy Idol, Duran Duran, Adam and the Ants, Depeche Mode, The Cure, Queen. Cyndi Lauper, Culture Club, B-52s. Apollo 13, The Mask. I actually have plans to do a mask painting. And I did a Batman painting. The Flintstones is way earlier than 80s. Freshness makes a huge difference in all cooking. That's true too. You're at 68 hours, so I only need to do 72 more hours. Gosh. How disappointed am I going to be in myself? There's a butcher's near me whose meat is local source. Have a meat hamper about every 6 months. They also make all their own meat pies and pastries. Okay. The Kinks, 8-Man. Okay. In Connecticut, there's a place that sells steamed hamburgers. I can't bring myself to eat it. Oh, because it looks all raw? Or what? I like smash burger. Okay, here's a burger that I really enjoy. I would say it's an 8 out of 10. It's called Jack's Burger Shack in St. Albert. If you're local, I suggest the... Ah, crap. I forget which one it is. But it's got bacon on it. I think it's got chips on it. It's like barbecue something. It's a smash burger. I really like them. They're kind of expensive. I would say they are not quite worth the price, but obviously I keep buying them, so they are worth the price. I don't know. I would say I wish that I think they're like $14. I wish they were like $11. You should try to make it 138 hours. Ooh. Only 40% of the way to 7 days. Yeah. We shouldn't have gotten on this topic. I don't know if I have the willpower. Although, this would be a good test of will. The Flintstone movie. Oh, okay. John Goodman and Rick Moranis. Okay. If you're talking about that Flintstones. I don't think I'm going to paint that, though. Oh, Prince. Yes. Okay. Well, guys, I think we've been live long enough. Thank you for the support over the last year. I am a month and a half late for this video, but hopefully you enjoyed hanging out, talking about food, talking about art, talking about giving me suggestions, all that stuff. I appreciate all that. I have quite a bit of work to do, but we're still a month and a half. No, we're like 2 months away from the show, so I should have enough time to paint at least some of these. I'm not going to paint all of them, probably. I've been getting these canvases from Michael's, and they had a buy one, get one free sale for a while, but I bought all of them, and they only had 7, I guess. Or 6. They had 6. This one I bought it full price plus the coupon discount, or minus the coupon discount. So that's a bummer. I want all the canvases to be exactly alike, so that's why I got them there. A lot of art stores, they seem to be slightly off, whereas these ones are more perfect, because I want to hang them at the gallery like in a grid pattern to cover up the whole wall. I'm going to be looking at the space coming up here. I'm not sure when exactly, but coming up at some point, I'm going to be looking at the space to see where the different placement of different pieces are going to go. So we'll see. Stay tuned for all that. Yeah, and congratulations to Crafty Loops. I appreciate you playing along. I will see you guys at the show in a couple of months. Oh, just so you know, I'm only going to be putting out probably short form content and live videos until I can get my trailer done, because those are the next videos that I have on the schedule. And it's snowing outside, or it's not snowing outside, but it's all snowy, and so I don't know what I'm going to do in there, so hang in there if you care to. I know some people refuse to watch the shorts because they think that they're kind of a waste of time, but you might actually like them. So have a look at those, and make sure you follow my Instagram, because I'll be sharing some of the paintings that I have on there. Yeah, and then I'll also be sure to let you guys know about the website being ready to go. And I know some folks are still waiting for their 12 Days of Christmas prizes or whatever. I haven't sent some of them out, but I will. I'm not neglecting you. It's just like, yeah, it's just I gotta have the. I just hate doing the paperwork. So lots of you are in the United States, and I'm just being lazy. And well, I also didn't have time to do them for a while here. But yeah, check out my Patreon if you feel like it. I have a $1 tier that gives you your name on the door, and then also the after churches, like every Sunday, and then also the bills of the month lives. You can hang out there too. You won't receive a bill of the month, but yeah. And then there's a $3 tier, a $10 tier, a $20 tier, and a $100 tier, and a $1,000 tier if you're absolutely out of your mind. And then they all have their different perks and stuff. Okay? Okay. Thank you. I will see you guys later. I probably forgot to say something, but that's okay.